Tonight I'm going to suck your blood.
We ready to roll?
Broadcasting live from the internet, it's Tuesday night, and this is the Panels on Pages podcast.
Big boys playing with big toys.
This is quality content.
The boomers are into it.
Hey man, I just show up.
With your hosts, Lee Rodriguez.
I am a visionary. Like, oh, you have a podcast? I'm like, no, that's not me. That's somebody else.
Jason Nyes.
Yeah, sure. I'm not getting any vegetables in my diet. I'm just a thick boy.
Jose Guzman.
Is Jose on the show tonight?
He says he's coming.
It's like Elton John all over again, just minus the death threats.
Kelly Harris.
Reach your hand in your pants there, big boy. That's not me. I don't sound like that anymore.
And our good buddy Mahoney.
And Mahoney's here. What's up, Mahoney?
We can do just glorious, wonderful things on our phones, people.
No one's ever done anything like this before.
It's gonna be massive.
It's going to be great. I mean, obviously, I think it'll be great.
And it's all killer, no filler.
My seat's on fire! Your dick's so hot!
Come on. It's so good.
It's pretty good. It's there. It's reliable. You know what you're getting every single time.
Man, I'm so glad you found us.
You're all terrible people, and I'm glad you're my friend.
Put that in the intro.
That's really funny.
Over 500 episodes, and you'd think they'd have the hang of it by now.
It seems like the concept that would run its course very quickly. What is up, everybody? Today is Tuesday, October 20th, 2020. Sure, everybody's getting really excited for their Halloween plans. And this is episode number 534 of the Panels on Pages podcast. I am your host, the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez. Joining me tonight, we got Mr. Jason Nyes.
Also known as the official wide face of the Popcast.
Kelly Harris. And Mahoney's here.
We all have theme songs now, you guys.
Yeah.
Nice is his spoken word.
Just slam poetry.
Yeah. With a little
Did you guys ever
Bobby.
watch that scatting video I sent you?
Yes, I did watch that scatting video.
Yeah.
Good.
It was very long.
Yeah, it was long to get to that punchline that was in the title.
Yeah.
worth it.
It was pretty. It was good. It was good.
See, I'm sad you can't watch that show on HBO. I think you would enjoy it.
What's that show?
You know what, Kelly?
The
I
Life and
think
Times of Tim.
I've realized that I am not emotionally capable of handling an HBO subscription. So
That's
too stressful.
Are you just tossing it then?
It's too stressful to try to watch all the things that are on there. I don't enjoy any of them. And it's just a weight on my shoulders that I do not need.
What do you mean? You thoroughly enjoyed the True Bloods.
I did thoroughly enjoy True Blood. I did,
it's
but
gone
then
now.
Jose told me to watch Veep. And I clicked into Veep, and there are 7 seasons of Veep. There are 70 hours of Veep. And I was like, I can't.
No, Veep is an hour?
I think
so. I asked him.
Veep's only half an hour.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a lot better.
And there's only
far less
there's only
overwhelming.
65 total episodes. So that's
All right, well, I
less
was rounding.
than
I didn't go through all 7 seasons to count the episodes.
Like, I didn't do my diligence before I flipped the fuck out. I just had a panic attack when I saw so much Julian Louis-Dreyfus, and I checked
that's
the
right.
fuck out.
On that token, I will
Yes,
say,
exactly.
I don't know if this is the time for presidential funnies.
Fair. Fair. I don't know, though, because this might be my last chance for presidential funnies, depending on how things go.
I think the presidential funnies ship has sailed long ago.
Yeah.
Fair. Very fair. I'll tell you, you know what I did watch? No, I don't want to cut you off, Lee. You know what I did watch on HBO today?
What's that?
Cats. Watched Cats.
Oh shit.
Let me tell you something. It's real. It's real garbage. It's real bad.
I thought you were gonna say
I
it's
don't-
real good, and I was like, "What the
There's-
fuck is wrong with
Who's
you?"
gonna come
There's
in with
no
the
words
hottest
to
take?
even. There's no words to even describe what you're seeing. It's absolute utter nonsense, and the whole thing is just not even worth 10 minutes of your time.
I'm
Did you
still.
see any of those buttholes that snuck in or no?
No, but you know what? I looked for him.
Well,
I'll bet you
I
did.
made sure.
It's not the butthole cut. We need a campaign to bring the butthole cut about.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm just thinking, if every frame of the movie has a cat in it, they might have missed a butthole somewhere along the way. That's all I'm saying.
True.
Maybe one of them got snuck in.
Did you see
It
the
makes
one
a lot of
cat
weird
wearing the
shit.
watch?
No, I didn't. I'll be honest, Kelly. After the first 20 minutes, there wasn't a lot of looking at the screen.
Were you watching Cats in the Shower?
No, I was
Good.
not.
No, he was watching
Right.
cats while he licked himself.
Yeah. Yeah. Watching cats in the shower gets you on a watch list.
Yeah.
Have to call the
It's real
police.
weird, you guys.
Yeah, I bet. I fucking
I feel like if your wife walks in on you watching Cats in the Shower, that's grounds for a divorce.
She,
yeah, for sure.
she heard me say I watched Cats, and she's very upset with me. I couldn't read her lips, but none of them were nice words.
It's ridiculous.
Lee, next
Does anyone-
time you get a chance, ask Nicole what she would do if she found you in the shower watching the film Cats.
You know, the film Cats that came out 20 months ago, but apparently I had to wait to watch it.
Now that was less than a year. It was December of
No.
2019.
Yeah, no, it was
I don't
December.
know. Oh, okay, that tracks. Whatever.
Yeah, because that was
I'm getting
their
some
big
eyes.
Christmas release.
I'm getting
Oh, that's
eyes
right,
now,
yeah.
you guys.
And everyone was like, I'm not ruining my Christmas with that.
Like, not now, not ever.
They were actively sending firmware updates for the special effects as it was in theaters.
Yeah, they had to patch the movie.
Yeah.
They had to take Judi Dench's watch out.
Put it in her butt.
And then they took the butt out, and that solved the problem.
Wow.
Oh man. So is anyone else just physically and emotionally exhausted, or is that just me? 'Cause-
No, I mean, I think all of us are to
Oh,
some
boy.
extent.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I mean, if you look at a COVID map, my entire state is red.
I
Yeah.
had to stop with the fuck. Like, my Google feed today, or maybe it was yesterday, it was like, Tennessee confirms how many more cases and 6 more people died. And I'm like, look, man, here's the thing. I get it. Like, but this daily death toll is doing none of us any favors at this point. Like, it's just hitting us again in the spirit. Like, come on, man. Like, we know it's bad. Like,
Sticks would be nice.
the ones that, like, you're not gonna give any number that's gonna change anybody's opinion one way or the other. It's like it's just ghoulish at this point. I feel like it's just like, come on.
I liked the tweet Kelly tweeted today from one of his like newscasters or something that was like, I keep covering the death toll here in Wisconsin and that it's at like 3,500 and people keep
we
sending me
passed
emails.
1,600.
People keep sending me emails being like, yeah, but how many people died from the flu? And he's like, 150. 150 people. like, relax about it. The flu is nowhere near as bad as this.
Yeah,
It's fucking nuts.
yeah.
Wild
I think
times.
over the weekend we passed 1,600. Or no, yesterday we passed 1,600.
Did you guys see where the president like just admitted to quid pro quoing the president of Exxon like live on television? and
Yes,
just
but
nothing
then
happened?
Yeah.
Exxon was like, didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pinky swear. We promise.
God damn it. Yeah, that's why I don't think there can never be another Veep. Because those shows and those movies, whatever, like, they're only fun because of how preposterous they are.
Right.
Yeah, now they're just real.
Yeah.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
The appeal is you get to see the underbelly of like a political campaign or administration that you normally wouldn't see because they keep that stuff shadowed from the public eye, but now it's just all out in the open. It's just grandpa walking down the street with his dick hanging out now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys see, like, I really think now when it's like Saturday Night Live is like, look, we got Alec Baldwin to beat Trump, and I'm like, who the fuck cares?
Right. Yeah, like we're
Who
4 years into this
fucking
now.
cares?
Over 4 years.
Yeah, like it doesn't matter because like the fucking Secretary of the Treasury is fucking Johnny the Gooch, whoever fucking mobster's got him in
Yeah.
there right now.
They're like, look, we got Jim Carrey to be Biden, and I'm like, yeah, I broke my arm making the jerk off motion.
Yeah. No, Johnny the Gooch is the Postmaster General, Lee.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
See,
Johnny the
that would be a
Gooch
better skit.
Stole my
like,
ballot.
leave Biden and Trump out of it altogether, and just have the entire administration made up of Dick Tracy villains. And that would be a better bit.
Yeah. But even that's too on the nose now.
Yeah, fair.
It's too easy. Fucking nuts. Oh god. So I've been packing. Just
Making progress.
fucking trying to get ready to go.
Don't listen to
hey-
Tito.
Yeah, real quick, hey Tito, fuck you. He knows why. We got a buyer on the house. Had house showings all last week. So today was the inspection. So if that goes well, if the report comes out good, then we got a big victory. One step closer to finishing this fucking thing. Man, like showing a house, it fucking sucked, dude. We couldn't do anything last week. Like we ate out. We ate out every single meal.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you did.
Yeah,
you
like,
did.
Not like that. Not like
Wonder
that.
you
not
didn't
like
get anything productive done.
that. That would have been awesome.
Lee was packing a box, if you know what I mean.
That-
Yep.
I would be in a much better mood if that were the case.
Taking the hogs to the
I'd
pig
be
pen, if you know what I
walking
mean.
on sunshine.
Lee, Lee seems like he needs to relax a little bit. Why not just pull your dick out on a work Zoom call tomorrow? Let off some
No.
steam.
Just do it now.
Yeah, why not? Turn your camera
Yeah,
on.
I saw that story and I'm like, okay, I've definitely never pulled my dick out, but I've definitely had my hand in my pants with a full-on scratch at some point during a call. But the camera
yeah.
one's off, it makes it okay.
And I'm not saying I haven't fucking peeled one off in the middle of the day when I should be working, but also, self-employed and all that. But
Right.
woof, being on a Zoom call, that's something else, man.
Yeah, you can turn that shit off. You can put a still photo up there if you want to. You can turn the camera off. Point is, he could have done everything he did and been totally fine if he just hadn't shown everybody. That was his fatal mistake.
Right.
It's fucking nonsense. But
Just-
yeah. So the stress of the house showing was very real. Because at some point it became clear we were not going to be able to even cook a meal because, at 4:00, realtor calls. Hey, cool. Guess what? Somebody's going to be in your house at 6:00. So you got to leave. Like, fuck. Okay. Well, I guess we're just going to, eat out every fucking night. So finally today when Jax was like, I want Subway. I fucking hate Subway. But I'm like, you know what? I like some vegetables. Here, we'll go. Who gives a shit? But I will tell you this, man. One thing we had to do. Because, again, it's got to be, nice and show ready, whatever, all that cool stuff. So the cats and the dog couldn't be here. So I went
Oh.
a full week with no pets.
Where'd
and
they
it was
go?
like- the cats went to a friend's house.
Farm upstate.
And Buster went to a border. And it was like a really low stakes, It's a Wonderful Life.
Remember when she was asking you if you're gonna put less stuff out when you get to the new house? Were you like, "Hey, maybe
Yes,
less pets when we
dogs.
get to the new house"?
This was the best. This is a great. Like I didn't nothing. I didn't step on anything smaller than me. It's just coming up out of nowhere. At no point that I just smelling other living things. Shit and piss. Wasn't at any point trying to watch TV on the bed while a four-legged critter just put its asshole directly in my face. It was magical. Like it was like a peek at what could have been. It was lovely.
Lee,
I had a nice time.
you telling me that you spent an entire week without your cats and your dog
Oh,
is just one of the best things I've heard today.
it's
And
so nice.
I'm just gonna leave it there for now.
It was so nice. It was so nice. It was such a great time. But the cats are back, and so we have this little closet, next to the washing and dryer in the laundry room area, and we have like all our board games and shit in it, and like that's where the litter box is. And like I cut a hole in the door for this like little kitty door. It's like a little plastic ring that's shaped like a cat head that the cats can there and do their business, the litter box isn't in there anymore. It's at the foot of the stairs, about, I don't know, 40 inches away from that door now. Like in the hall, just like, waiting for me to step in a pile of shit at some point because it's right below the stairs where my office is. And I'm like, hey, what's up with this litter box just kind of hanging out right here? Why isn't it over there in the poop closet? And she's like, I don't want the closet to stink. And I said, well, you should have thought about that before you made it the poop closet. Like, that's like the closet smelling nice ship has sailed. That's where the ship lives. like, why are you doing this? And she's like, yeah, we're gonna make it nice for the new buyer. I go, what? Why? Why can't it be nice for the guy who lives here now? What the fuck? Oh.
You'll get through it.
I think she's fucking with me. I had to go I look in 3 drawers for the power cord for the TV today. She's just fucking with me.
All right, boys. We need to triple team this. We need 6 hands on Lee's head rubbing it to console him.
I like it.
Which one?
All 6.
I like it.
I like how you went with that, because I was like, oh, we all have to send Lee TV power cords. I got it. I know where we're going.
I thought you were going to say we need to privately message Nicole various places to hide things so Lee can't find them.
No, I'm not looking to make this harder for Lee. Bits are fun and all, but did you hear the way he introed this show tonight? My boy's hanging on by a thread.
It's all of us, though, man. Like, because no one knows where the fuck anything is. Because it's all this weird limbo place. It's just rough.
You're all a bunch of hobos living in your own house.
Yeah, a little bit.
You got your own.
It's gonna be worth it.
You got your own little like go bag.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much that. But it's gonna be great. It's gonna be worth it. Just gotta power through.
Hell yeah! Think of all of that robot space.
I'm so excited about it, you guys.
Did you?
I got a whole robot nook.
Did you figure out what that piece was that you found?
I did find out what that piece was. So last night, I was really started going to work on some of the option shelves. And it's trickier than you would think because it's a lot of them got trailers, so they're big. So you got to pack the trailers at the bottom, and some of them the robot modes are quite large. So you want to transform them into trucks just so they take up less space. Like it's a scientific method. It took a while, and I get to the back of one of the shelves and I pull out this fucking thing, and I'm like, wait. What the hell is this? I'm kind of a maniac when it comes to this shit. Like, I have an encyclopedic knowledge of, like, everything that I fucking own. Like, I don't get surprised by much. But what the fuck is this thing? Like, I had no idea what it was. But just, everything about the situation and the setting and what it was indicated that it had to be, either a part for an Optimus Prime or a part of a Megazord. It's the only thing that's ever been over there. But I'll be goddamn, I can figure it out. I went to the Instagram, nothing. I messaged a couple different Facebook groups, I got nothing. Unless, you know what, hey, I'll go to actual, like, Facebook toy groups. I'm like, hey, what the hell is this? And within, like, by the time I got up, there were 2 responses in each of the groups. So, like, yeah, that's exactly what the fuck it is. It's a piece it came with the Super Train Megazord, but apparently it goes with the other green one from that series I don't have. And the fact that I don't have it would explain why it got chucked off to the side someplace. So it makes a lot of sense. But I was like, it sounds like a bit, but I had a hard time falling asleep last night. Because I'm like, what the fuck is that thing? Why don't I know it?
It looks like something that you would use to prop up a robot cookbook while you make robot soup.
So what it is the green Zord in that series, like the dual helicopter thing or whatever. And so you plug that into the bottom, and it can carry the other ones, which is why it kind of looks like a claw thing. Which, again, makes total sense now that I have that in context. But it freaked me the fuck out. I could not make any sense of it, and it bothered me in a very fundamental way. But it's gonna be cool. You know
right,
what?
we need-
I was up very late last night, and I got a lot of work done. Fuck you, Tito.
we need 6. We need 6 hands on this now. We have to
No,
send
no.
Nicole
That's
random
fine.
toy pieces, and we have to have her dump them out in the new house.
I fucking and Kerouac was like, I said, hey, what do you got? And Kerouac's like, that's got to be from a Matchbox thing. I'm like, why the fuck would it be from a Matchbox thing?
Do you have a single Matchbox thing
Yeah.
in your whole house?
Noted Matchbox collector Lee Rodriguez.
Like, what a horrible suggestion.
I know, man.
He's
It's
a
gotta be the
freelance
thing you'd
toy
never have.
enthusiast.
Yeah, he's freelance
Yeah,
for a reason.
I may have
Yeah.
told him directly he's never been more useless.
This is why he's not a professional toy enthusiast.
Fucking Matchbox piece. Get the fuck out of here. Like, no.
Dare to dream.
I don't know. You
No,
bought any
organized.
like fucking Easy Bakes ovens lately? That looks like that
Yeah.
might be part of
Oh
that.
yeah, that came with a creeper crawler set in 1992.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
gotta be that.
I think that's a regulator on a breast pump. You got breast pumps laying around?
Oh, it was nuts. So, thanks to the internet for solving the mystery. What's up with you, Nice? What's happening, man?
Not a whole lot. The big event of our week was brand new supermarket sweep debuted on Sunday night, and
How is it? How
It's-
is it? I know you were looking forward to
I
it.
described it as chaotic good because it's just Leslie Jones yelling at people as they
Sounds good.
run around this beautiful supermarket set. So it's an hour long, which caught us by surprise. Because a normal old school supermarket.
That sounds too long for supermarket.
Well,
sweep.
it's 2 separate games, so that's why it caught us by surprise. A usual game would be a half-hour supermarket sweep, but they double it up because they gotta fill time, man. Like, it's fucking COVID. They're not making a whole lot of new programs these days. So the first game was, the contestants were very vanilla. You got your 2 black sisters, 2 white dudes that might be confirmed bachelors, might be roommates, whatever, and then I forget the third team. It's like, all right, that's cool. And then you get to the second game, and it's like, okay, chick and her flamboyantly gay manager. All right, we're getting there. And then you see this big old fat blonde chick standing next to a dude who just gives off gay vibes right off the bat. And they go to intro the team, and the chick goes, "Oh yes, and this is my husband." And I go, "Oh girl, I got something to tell you about your husband." But then it turns out the husband was previously her wife, so that explains it all. But wow, look at fucking supermarket sweep going super woke right off the bat. I love it. But it was cool, man. And there's the thing that I really like about it is, it's got the basic structure of a supermarket sweep, but then they threw in like recurring characters. Like there's
What?
a security guard that she just fucking roasts all the time.
What?
Yes, exactly. There's a cashier who just flirts with her and throws double entendres at her. It's real interesting, and she's just yelling.
They should just get back a Secretariat from the Late Late Show and have him show up every now and then.
A horse?
Yeah, do you guys never watch Craig Ferguson?
No.
No.
Every now and then, at random moments, Secretariat would show up, and two men in a horse costume would wander across the stage, and everyone had to dance while that happened.
That's pretty cool.
What?
I do remember he had like a skeleton sidekick.
Yeah,
Was
he was built by a MythBusters dude.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson was a gem, and now it's been taken over by let's just have celebrities sing in this car that people love so much.
Ugh. He is the absolute worst.
Yeah.
He's in Cats.
I don't know who.
Oh, he sure as fuck is.
I don't know who's worse, James Corden or Jimmy Fallon.
I
Fallon.
would say, yeah, Fallon.
Fallon just because of the power he has. He's
Well,
been
and
in it for a
I think
while.
for James
No.
Corden, there is an air of sincerity to him.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with Kelly. The Fallon just feels like it's the whole thing's a bit, and that like
yeah,
if
like
you were hanging
Corden
out with him, he's
sucks.
just a dick.
Like Corden sucks, but he's genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I found out James Corden has a wife, I wanted to be like, girl, I got something to tell you. Oh, man. And then the other big moment of my week, Mary and I have been playing this Fall Guys for, it seems like months now. Like, just every night, kind of grinding away, trying to get us a damn crown. It's 4 to 6 rounds, and then the final round is for a crown, and they have like 3 or 4 different games for that specifically, and that's the goal. You're trying to get these crowns, and man, we have been pushing at this game for months, and neither one of us have won a fucking crown, just because it's not impossible, but it's just so random, and you can never predict what's gonna happen. And then last night, I was on fire. I had the eye of the tiger, and it was like 4 rounds, and I'm in the finals. I'm like, oh God, I'm not emotionally prepared for this. And I just had a flawless run up Fall Mountain, and I'm coming up towards the crown, and Mary says, don't forget, when you jump, you gotta press R so you can grab the crown. And I'm like, what? And I run, I jump, I press R, and I grab that motherfucker. And I swear to God, we cheered like Biden won the election. It was so cathartic. My throat hurt. We nearly jumped up and hugged. It was just such a victory for this household. We needed it.
It really is about the small victories, man. Congratulations.
And at this point, I'm like, okay, I don't need to play this game anymore.
So nowhere to go but down.
Got my crown.
I'm at level 96 on the Fortnite season pass.
Oh shit! I'm sneaking up on you. I'm almost at Mystique.
You could get to level 100, Lee, if you just get Daredevil.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I got Daredevil. Really, really cool.
I bet it's exactly the same as all the other ones, though.
It's not. It's like it's probably my favorite skin other than that Captain America skin.
Calm down.
You calm down.
I'm not
It's
doing
really
it.
cool. He's got the billy clubs.
I love
Great.
the one time I played with you guys, and I think Lee was Thor, Mahoney was Captain America,
Captain America.
Jose was what? Another
I'm
Marvel
not even
character.
sure.
Who knows?
Yeah.
And then I'm just random brown chick
You didn't buy the battle pass.
because I didn't buy the battle pass.
You got to play with us again.
All right, the NBA's finished with.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's all over.
And Fall
No
Guys
more
is over. So
And yeah. You let me know. I will shoot a member of our team in the face.
let's do it. All right. 5 minutes. I'll meet you there.
Awesome. What you got going on, Kelly?
Not much.
You got
So
some shit happening professionally, I know.
So this week the G1 wrapped up, and I'm very happy about that. Now I don't have the specter of, hey man, you should be watching that wrestling show. Hey bud, I know you really want to watch this movie, but you're backed up like 4 days on wrestling, man. You really got to watch those. So now I don't
That
have
sounds
that anymore.
absolutely
So that's
awful.
good.
It's
And-
G1 season when you get up in the morning and go sit down on the toilet for your morning piss or shit, and you start scrolling through Twitter, and it's all Japanese wrestling tweets. And they're like, oh yeah, G1's going on.
Yep. And then you're like, what's all this fucking nonsense? Oh, Kelly's giving star ratings. All right. Yeah.
I did like the one thing I saw retweeted that was just some kid that had come near an entire row at one of the G1 shows.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah,
that
that
kid's a
rule.
fucking baller.
The kid and his stuffed pig. They were the entire front row on one side.
That kid rules.
Man, that kid is awesome. I want to know, like, did his parents buy him the other seat for his pig, or was he just like, no, he's sitting here?
That's his seat. Can't sit
That's
here.
his. Yeah. And everyone was like, "Oh, well, COVID restrictions, I guess." Yeah, so that's over. That's good.
Was that pig wearing a mask though?
He might have been.
Cover that snout.
Now that you say that, he may have been wearing a mask. I can't remember.
I want the kid to have been wearing a pig mask and the pig to be wearing a human mask.
Oh man.
Yeah, so the G1 is over. Kota Ibushi is your winner. He's looking handsome as ever. That was the finale. They kept calling it in commentary a handsome battle.
Handsome battle.
Because it was Koda versus who?
Sonata,
Ah.
who is another handsome boy.
That's a handsome battle.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Sonata as a wrestler, but I can appreciate dude's real hot.
More of a civic guy.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Got him.
So yeah, that wrapped up, and then I really wouldn't have had much else to talk about until just like 3 hours ago.
Uh-oh.
I was informed that a television program I've been waiting for has begun to air.
Oh,
There's 2 episodes that are out.
what?
One of my favorite mangas has a live-action adaptation, and I'm very excited about it. So that is The Way of the House Husband.
What?
I may have talked about this before.
You definitely have.
The book follows the immortal Tatsu, who is a former Yakuza who has left that life behind to become a house husband. And the live-action adaptation has started airing, and you guys, it's fucking fantastic. I was 20 minutes into the first episode, and I was like, this is what true joy feels like. I haven't felt this in months.
Aw.
So if you want to watch the first 2 episodes, you got to look up Blitz fan subs. They have the first 2 episodes subtitled and on their website. And it is well worth watching. Both episodes are great. I can't wait for more to drop.
Sounds like it's right up my alley.
Yeah, it's a good time.
I'm pretty good at being a house husband.
Yeah, no, you would love the show. You'd be like, it's just you, the TV show.
Okay, I would love it then.
Yeah.
I's the TV show.
No.
Sign me up.
It's subtitled. You can't watch
Oh.
it.
What if I learn Japanese?
I mean, all right.
I mean, if we're going to learn a language, we should all learn Mandarin because they're going to take over.
No, we're all learning Japanese for FriendCon 2022, and we all go to Japan.
Okay.
That'd be fucking dope.
If they'll let us in, fuck.
That's why I said 2022. I've given us 2 more years.
I had a moment the other day when Mary and I were out, and I was just like, just because you see that nothing's improving, and it's just like, you know what? Fine. I could live this way the rest of my life. You know, I'm not just gonna give up.
No, don't put that out there.
No. What I'm saying is, I'm not just gonna give up and start going to restaurants and going to, large public gatherings.
Okay.
I'm
Okay, I
fine
get
with making our trips out into the world, getting what we need, getting back home, and staying safe.
Yeah.
If we need to do that for the rest of our lives, then so be it.
Yeah.
Please no.
Ugh.
If the rest of you make me do this for the rest of my life, oh man. Now I feel like the Joker makes sense.
Mahoney, are you
live in a
saying
society.
that society is a joke and that you are the punchline?
I kinda.
Yeah, the Way of the House Husband show, it's so fun. Like, I love it. It's a perfect adaptation. They change a few things, but it totally works. The Japanese title is Goku Shofuro, and find it again on Blitz fan subs. I highly recommend it.
Took me a second to find it because that does not say Way of the House Husband, but I did find it.
Yep. Yeah, well worth watching.
You're just trying to trick me into watching Dragon Ball again.
No, I mean, you should watch Dragon. No, you don't have to watch. I'd much rather you watch this.
It's Dragon Ball Super is on Hulu now, nice. Just saying.
No, we need to wait until Toy Fair next time and leave it on in the hotel room again. It's gonna work this time.
Absolutely not.
You'll see. You'll see.
I liked it better when I thought it was pronounced Dragon Balls,
Well, that's fair.
like Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
Just like my fucking mom. Dragon Balls. What's going on, Mahoney?
Well, I realized that I can't commit to HBO. I watched Cats, and that was an absolute nightmare. And other than that, I haven't done really all that much. I finally have gotten back into the Fortnite situation because I fell far behind you and Jose, but I'm catching up steam. I got one of those like the mini switches. Like
Right.
it's small.
Oh, the Switch Lite.
That doesn't
Yeah.
it doesn't dock.
Right. It's good. Like it's smaller. It like fits better in my hands. Like in general, big fan. So
Good
I
grip,
got it
yeah.
because the kids have been playing now, and so I like didn't have it around as much, and I didn't have it like upstairs. If I was like on my lunch at work, I like couldn't play, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna handle this by getting another one. And then come to find out, if I'm playing and I'm I don't know, one of 3 people left, and I'm all geared up, ready to win this round, and then one of my kids decides they want to play Sonic, I just get booted off, and it just disappears. I'm like, oh, that's no fun.
No, you can totally fix that.
I have to make another Nintendo account or something. I don't know, but yeah, I'll
Yeah,
figure
there's a way
that out.
around that.
Yeah.
For sure.
So that was a nightmare, but it's been good to have at least. So now I've got Daredevil, and I'm fast on my way to Iron Man. I've got to get Mystique and Iron Man, and then I've got everybody.
See, I couldn't deal with playing Fortnite on an even smaller Switch. I had to put it on the TV to even... Like, I put it on the TV and I'm still shooting my team members in the face, let alone on a small-ass screen in my hands. I'm not that blind, but there's just a lot of information on the screen.
That's very fair. There is a lot to keep track of, but once you get used to it, like, it's
Yeah,
not really
I
that
played-
much.
I played Smash Brothers in handheld mode one time, and I'm like, yeah, no fucking way.
Well, it's not so like I don't know. It almost feels better when it's like slightly smaller because it's almost like just holding a regular controller, but the screen's in the middle of it. So I don't know, man. Give it a try if you're in the market for another Switch. It's not
Yeah,
so
I've
bad.
thought about if mine ever starts showing like any kind of performance drop, I'm probably just gonna get a Lite.
Yeah, it's really not that bad. I enjoy it. And when I wasn't doing that, Lee, you know what I was doing?
Very concerned about what's happening here.
I was watching talks.
Tick tock, motherfucker.
All right, Lee, I'm very excited.
I cannot
So-
see these talks.
Well, hang on.
Hold
Yeah, I
on.
can't either.
You can't see him?
No,
No.
I got no video feed.
Yeah, I got you, not the PoP login. I see just your profile photo.
Oh, I got my
Yeah.
video off.
Hey,
There we go. There they are. Okay. Whew.
You're still gonna need to give me a second because the window's not showing up. So give me
That's okay. That's okay.
vamp for a second.
I'll stall for you. I'll vamp.
All right.
So Lee, you told me just recently that you spent a whole week without your animals,
Oh man.
and I'm thinking like you're probably
Aw,
missing
man.
them, right? You're probably
No.
sad. You're probably like, man, I miss my cats. And the other thing I was thinking this week is that we played those 2 videos for Cat last week, and let me tell you, didn't get all that high of a score. So I was like, how about, since Lee's missing his animals and
No.
Cat's over there loving cats, let's do a week where we watch nothing but cat videos.
Are you fucking
Yes.
serious?
Oh yeah.
Lee, do you like cats?
No.
Lee, how do you feel about cats?
Here's the thing. Like, Buster's getting to be an old man. And Buster and I have had a very long and storied love-hate relationship. And when Buster does inevitably shuffle loose this mortal coil, there may be a part of me, a piece, that might be a little bit bummed out. But if those cats were to fall into a hole into hell right now, I'd be like, done.
All right, well,
I would
Back-
shut the litter box in the hole behind them and go about my business.
Back
I
from
think
whence
you're
you
gonna
came,
like
cat.
these cats.
Have one. You can have one bite. Sit. Oh my god. It's pistachio ice cream.
It's too cold, kitty. You can't eat pistachio ice cream. It's too cold.
Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Oh, my cat gets brain freeze. Yeah, like if he drinks too much milk or too fast or eats ice cream, sometimes he'll go and scream because his head hurts and he doesn't know why.
What a dummy.
Who doesn't? Who among us doesn't scream when they eat too much ice cream?
I mean, they all
Right
scream.
there in the song.
Yeah, we all scream, Kelly. Love it. That was pretty good. All right, Lee. So when your cats are back and you're reunited, I want you to try this out, okay? This is some kind of sound you can make. Your cats apparently love it.
God damn it.
So confused.
I cannot believe this is my life right now.
This is so good.
That was my
I-
favorite.
Can't tell you the smile I had when you said that the cats were gone all week.
You just
Like,
played into his hands, Lee.
This is
Yep.
perfect timing.
Yeah. That was good. That was a good
Couldn't
talk.
get any better. This was a good talk. I was a little
Podcast in
worried.
10 years.
I was a little worried after these first two that Cat would be like, oh, but bad things are happening to these cats, and I don't like that. Even though I don't think either one of these things was all that bad. So this one is more heartwarming, and I think that people will really enjoy it.
Hawaii. Did I?
Fucking somersault cat.
How do you feel about acrobat cats, Lee?
Acrocat.
I am making such a face.
Acrocats.
Is it like that cat's face?
That's
No.
such a cute cat. I didn't know cats could be cute. Oh,
right? Oh, hang on.
Is this
Hawaii.
look at him
Look
go.
at him go.
Did
Look at him.
And he jumps with. Ah, look at him go. He's fucking running around with his two back legs at the same time.
Tell me
Wow.
one time you've ever seen a cat do a somersault, Lee.
No. That definitely is. That's a new thing.
It's like an episode of The Boys.
Yeah.
You always say they show you something you've never seen on TV before. Well, here you go.
Cat doing a somersault.
Cat
You know
TikTok,
what?
just as good as every episode of The Boys.
No.
You heard it here. Lee Rodriguez, cat TikTok, good as the boys.
God damn it.
Put it
All
on
right, Lee.
Is
You got
this
a
bitch
toothbrush?
Gonna brush a cat's teeth?
Lee, do you have a toothbrush?
Is she gonna brush a cat's teeth?
She's not going to brush a cat's teeth. This is something you could do with your cat anytime you want.
So the caption says, jumped on the trend of brushing my cat with a wet toothbrush because it reminds them of their mother, and I just emoji times 3.
I don't like this music.
No, wait for it.
Cat's like, what the fuck? What is this? You gonna brush him or what?
See?
This is
They're
a
brushing him.
Final Fantasy theme.
Is it?
Oh yeah. This
Yeah.
is the 3 of us with our 6 hands rubbing Lee's head.
Yeah. Look how happy that cat is.
That's the whole video? That's,
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, he's into it.
yeah.
That's the whole video.
That's a
So-
bad video.
I knew it was
If
coming.
you have a toothbrush,
Why do I keep that shit chambered nice?
you can use it on your cat.
That cat really enjoyed that.
Yeah, he did.
I wish there was like a thought bubble of the cat thinking about its mom.
Oh, God. And that's when you find out she died.
Well,
Well, of course, just probably.
don't they all?
All right, Lee. I think this video is right up your alley.
Mm.
You like pasta, Lee?
You know I don't. Like,
You're right.
For
I
a
do.
fucking fact I don't.
I do. You know. You're gonna love it. It's just trying to eat her pasta. There's the cat.
Oh no.
What happened?
All right.
Did he
I like
spray?
I don't even know. Cat just sticks its ass right in her bowl of pasta, and either the person made a noise, or the cat farted, or sprayed, or something. But
Yeah.
dinner is over.
Yeah. You better order a pizza.
I like that one because she had it coming for allowing her fucking cat on the dinner table.
Mhm.
There you go.
Yeah, you don't do that.
And we were talking about how Mahoney didn't get to see any buttholes in that cat's cut, so there we go.
Yeah.
Full on butthole in that.
Butthole in this cat. I don't even remember what the last one. Oh, this one. This one's good. You're gonna like this one. You like pianos, Lee?
More than pasta, I guess.
All right, good.
Uh-oh. Why is everything making this horrible noise?
That TikTok right there is essentially Cats the movie.
That was good. I like that one.
Yeah, that was a good one. Lee, what'd you think?
I think that I take no small amount of pride in this show and the things that we've done with it and the fact that we've been doing it for 10 years. And I just sat through a mediocre America's Funniest Home Video segment.
No, that's no fair.
All right, Lee.
Those cats were great.
Lee, in the immortal words of Steve Smashmouth, they don't stop coming and they don't stop coming and they don't stop coming. Mahoney, hit him with the next 6.
Lee, we thought you would have liked the 6 cats, so we got you 6 more talks.
Get the fuck out of here!
Each one of these is about a dog.
Oh, I was so fucking scared. For sure, they're gonna roll with 6 more. Oh my
It
god!
seemed like we planned that, didn't it?
It really did.
You poor
We
man.
talk about this. You and Nyes and Jose are all artists, and Kelly and I are very funny.
Lee, though, look at it this way. That might have been our shortest TikTok segment to date.
That is true.
They were all very short. I was blown away when I dropped those down on the timeline.
And we didn't have to explain why Jose can't say any slurs.
Yeah, no, it was
Fair.
it was definitely definitely to the point, and I think that it did its job, both for me and for Kat.
Yep.
Your selections were very successful.
And that being said, Mahoney, roll the next 6.
Tick tock, motherfucker.
Remember when he thought we were joking about it?
Just kidding.
Awesome.
I think
the
he
next,
left.
the next.
All right, yeah,
6
he's having a stroke. Nice. So
I
roll
don't
the
know what's
classic.
happening anymore. I have completely lost control of this situation.
The next 6 talks are 3 of that chick doing the twerk dance in front of her toilet, and then 3 of the milk is the dad and the box is the
Oh,
mom.
no.
Milk is cow pee.
Milk is cow pee.
Somehow I don't think that's true.
It was rough. It was rough. All right, what do you got for classic this week, guys?
All right. Well, this is a little bit of a long one, so you can take a little bit of a breather after those 18 talks we just showed you. So our topic this week is top 6 vampires.
I was really worried for a second that I was going to say that, and you were going to go, wait, no, really, there's more talks.
So, since our topic this week is top 6 vampires, I went into the old PCN archives and I searched for vampire, and a couple things popped up. One was where Jose was getting very much into vampire TV shows. And another one was about a controversial comic cover for Vampirella #3. Now, let me preface. This is from March of 2017. It was a different era of the Popcast. So, first of all, I sound like I have a cold, and also I have indigestion. So that's gross. And I'm much louder than everyone else. And we touch on some real unwoke topics in this segment. So gird your fucking loins.
Oh, I'm excited now. Enjoy this. Back in a minute. Love you. Bye.
Enjoy the refreshing taste of an ice-cold Popcast classic. All right. Speaking of having bandwidth to be upset about something.
I'm ready for this one.
This Vampirella #3 variant cover.
I'm fucking down.
Art by Jimmy Broxton. Good old Jimmy Brox. It's supposed to invoke like an old 1970s men's magazine, and it's got, I'm assuming, Vampirella in the foreground. Looks like she's shackled to a bed, and then this dominatrix-looking Nazi chick, and then next to the Nazi chick, in quotes, it says, "She was a he. I found out the hard way." And a lot of people have commented on that specifically, that it's offensive and transphobic, and comments like that are what have gotten trans people attacked, assaulted, sometimes killed. And Paul Cornell, who is writing Vampirella, yes,
I think so, yeah.
and
Maybe I
old
never pay attention.
good old Nick Barucci, Dynamite,
Good old Nikki B.
good old Nicky Baruch.
Love that guy.
Hey, you guys know where the cocaine is at?
Allegedly.
They apologized, and the cover's been pulled, or actually the quote on the cover has been pulled. That has been edited.
Yeah, that one has to go. That one has to go. But
Yeah.
Moved into Lust by Lipstick and Lumber, My Wife's Lesbian Shame, Fake Alaska, The Cooler Cannibal Claims Not the Cutie, and Expose, The Commies on Campus, Low Marks All Around Picture Special, and Balls for All, the NYC BDSM Bingo Scandal. Those are all cool.
Yes, they are.
Fine. Those are all cool. It's fine.
These are sensitive times, Lee Rodriguez. And if this story would have come across my desk and I was Nyes in 2011, I might be with you on this.
Oh, I'm fuck all these people. Because it's probably like 7 people. Okay. It's a variant cover for Vampirella #3.
Vampirella #3.
Well, you also have to remember, for the most part, Dynamite variants aren't limited. You can just order as many as you want.
Yeah, which meaning if you don't want one, you don't have to fucking order it, for starters. Like, Vampirella sells like 97 copies anyway. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, this is not a huge thing. Like, it's not like, Captain America is like, yelling at Bucky for having a dick. Like, it's not what's going on. Like, it's fuck, man.
And
So,
Bucky was a man, and he found out the hard way.
yeah.
It,
So
it,
Paul
it
Cornell-
was a very ill-advised thing to put on the cover, and they should have known better. If I was Paul Cornell, I don't know how I would have reacted, because he has literally nothing to do with that decision.
Right.
he said he approved it. He saw it. He approved it, and it was a bad
Okay.
decision.
The whole thing. Like,
He
but
should have known
looking at-
better.
But looking at the cover, like looking at the whole cover overall, like it's all just homage to that old stuff. Like, it's not like there's nothing malicious about it, obviously, which is kind of where the artist Jimmy Broxton says, and I quote, "I created the cover. I know my intentions were when I made it, and I make absolutely no apology for it whatsoever." Because that man is a goddamn hero.
I don't know. Like, again,
that.
like this is 2017 Nyes talking, not 2011 Nyes. I think Mr. Jimmy Brox may have took a little bit of a hard stance on
Nope.
this cover.
Nope, exactly the right stance. exactly the right fucking stance.
I think they should have known better from the beginning not to do this.
I think in this day and age,
we
like listen, Lee, listen. We gotta stick together. There's us, and then there's them. Like we don't hate trans people. Like we're on their side. I wouldn't call myself an ally because someone would tweet at me very angrily if I said that.
Yeah, what are you doing to help the cause? I understand. I get it. Yeah.
So like let's all be cool. Since us over on this side we cool, them on the other side, those on the other side
shouldn't be cool go for the other side as well? Like don't get your panties in a bunch so quick.
No, that's our side. We're together. We're on the same side. The other side are the ones trying to kick teenage trans kids out of bathrooms.
But it's not like this cover is going to become the fucking printed on the flag for the anti-trans brigade.
You're 100% right. You're 100%
but you also
right.
have to remember, it's small steps.
Yes.
It's like, oh, cool, this is all right. So what if I just say, I discovered this black man was the N-word. And then, but you know what I mean? It's just
my whole thing is like, when it comes to like shit like this, like, you know, I think if you're like, you know, if you intentionally put like hateful, mean-spirited shit out there into the world, fuck you forever. Like, we don't need that kind of shit. But like, I always try to do my best to take things in the spirit in which they were intended. And like, this clearly was not intended to be any kind of an attack or an affront on anybody.
I agree.
Like,
I agree.
It's all this old kind of shit, you know. And to Paul, Jimmy Brock's point, like, I can only apologize for my intentions. I can't apologize for how what I do makes you feel, because you're gonna feel how you're gonna feel regardless of what the fuck I do. Like that's that's the limit of my personal responsibility in most situations.
I think that's taking that hard stance is the wrong move at this point in the game for a single line, for a single quote. Like it's not. They're not trying to get the cover banned. Like he even mentions the Batgirl cover, the Spider-Woman cover, the Iron Man cover that caused controversy.
Maybe the step too far is, you know, I absolutely make no apology for it. Because if it were me, and I put this thing out there with my purest of intention, it came back on me, you know, I probably would hit you up with it. Yeah, I didn't mean to make anybody upset. My bad.
Yeah,
that
you just
would
react to
probably
it
be
by
the end
saying,
of it. You know, like
You
I would
just
go
like, oh shit,
no
I
further
didn't
than
know.
that. You know, but like I take things in spirit which they're intended. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
It's the same thing as
super
like,
sensitive.
It's the same thing as people going around like just random white dudes calling their friend fag, and then they find out, hey, that might upset people, but they just double down on it.
Yeah.
But I think doubling down on it would be like this guy churning out a shitload of other covers with the same kind of thing on them.
Ooh,
Well,
like
he's not Frank Cho.
Frank Cho, for example. Right. Yeah, for example, like Frank Cho, you know?
Yeah. But he, at this point, has not been given the opportunity to do that yet.
Yeah, he's just cornered the market on a running gag on and otherwise unconnected sketch covers. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I get what you're saying. I really do. But, you know, there's so much... The real world is such a scary place right now for so many people.
Yes.
Like, I feel like you can channel that energy somewhere better than the variant cover Vampirella number 3.
I agree with that. But
yeah, again, it's small steps.
Yes.
It's like we took the big steps, we voted, we lost. So let's see what we can do in things that impact us.
You know what? I'm going to vote with my dollars. I'm not going to buy the Vampirella number 3 variant cover.
And if you are personally affected, directly affected by Vampirella number 3's variant cover, I will buy you a Tasty McChicken sandwich.
All right. You hear that?
Just say I'm sorry.
You hear that, 4 live listeners?
Yeah.
Any of you in the trans community, you got a free McChicken coming. Nothing quenches your thirst quite like a Popcast classic. Who'da thunk it that of all people to drop the F word in a Popcast classic, it wasn't Jose, but it was Kelly.
It was 2017. Lee was making some really good points.
No.
I stand by everything that fucking guy said.
Ay.
No.
Isn't it great that we got away from the comic news venue?
Yes. And that's a lot of that. What that guy was talking about too. It was exasperation at the fucking nonsense of being upset about a thing that has no impact on anything. And that was all they were fucking doing for the longest time, and it was a drag.
You're right.
So that's part of that guy's problem. That guy, that 2017 Lee. That's definitely part of his problem, for sure. But I still think he had the right idea.
2017 Kelly should not have used the F word and apologized.
No. And what was the part where you're like, oh, there's just this black guy running around and he's the N-word?
Well, that was in relation to what it said on the cover.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
So I was like, well, it would be bad if they said this. Why isn't it bad that they're saying this?
Well, that's the past. We're in the present now. And speaking of,
and now Dynamite's kind of tied up with Gamergate, or not Comicsgate.
Good old Nick Baruch. Where's the cocaine at? So
allegedly,
last week we launched the new Panels on Pages website, and the response has been overwhelmingly positive. Let's take a look at this beautiful thing real quick while we're at
fucking masterpiece here. Look at this guy.
Look at that. Look at all that shit. Way it animates in. And then as I'm taking my Popcast Classic whiz, I'm thinking, oh shit, I forgot to switch the feed to the Popcast Classic image. And I tell you what, that Popcast Classic design is our top seller for this week. People have been snatching this sucker up in both versions, but mainly the classic red version. And I would not have put money on that design being the top seller right off the bat. But it's cool to see.
Yeah, it's a good design.
Mahoney got his hoodie in the mail and was posting some Instagram thirst trap pictures with it, and he looks great.
You know it. It's very comfortable. I recommend get a size bigger than you would, maybe 2 sizes bigger than you would if you want it to be really oversized. It's super warm. It's wicked soft on the inside. And
it's wicked really soft.
Like okay, Mahoney, Wisconsin kid.
Mahoney, I just wanted to see them titties bounce.
Well, I'll make you a gift.
Oh my god. And people are starting to get their merch, 1 week later. If you do have any quality control issues, let us know, but definitely contact TeePublic and hopefully they will fix things. But
they'll make it right.
We don't actually have any hand in making any of this stuff, and until we see it in hand, we're not sure if the quality is going to be good or if things are going to be misprinted or not. But so far they seem to be pretty responsive to solving problems and righting wrongs, so keep that in mind. And then the last thing I want to talk about in regards to the redesign, the relaunch, and all that is Mahoney's been killing it with the Pop Instagram lately.
Yeah, he has.
Thank you.
Instagram stories. It's hilarious. I look forward to that every day.
And you dug up the tweets of me saying that you should replace popcorn with clam strips at the movie theater, and I'm like, man, that's a fucking good idea, Pastor.
Kelly, no.
What? Stop having good ideas?
I have just a folder. Like, I am so prepared for this. I have all of those just sitting on my phone.
You've been training for this your whole life.
You used to have a spreadsheet of things people said on podcasts.
Almost. I still
I'll
have
say it again. I said it in private, and I'll say it here. Last week, Mahoney was talking. I think he was talking on the show about how he felt like he didn't really do anything for the redesign, for the relaunch, all that stuff. He's like, yeah, we just fucking sent thumbs up to Nyes and Lee, and that's all we did. Well, you know what, Mahoney? This is your fucking time, son.
I'm shining.
Time to shine. It's really coming together, you guys. 10 years later, who'd have thunk? Look at us now.
Slow out of the gate.
Paul Rudd on Hot Ones GIF.
More like really fast out of the gate, and then like, why are we running this fast? And then fast out of the gate.
Yep, a little bit like that. All right. I'm having a horrible time with this Optimus Prime, you guys.
What's he doing to you, Lee? How's he hurting you?
This one's really complicated.
Do we need to slap the shit out of him?
I'm trying to multitask here, trying to do the show and make some robots into trucks, and it's very tricky.
Tell him that his mom never loved him.
Turn me into a truck, Lee.
This should be like busy work for Jax while he's doing virtual learning.
Yeah, well, he's circling vowels or whatever the fuck.
Fucking stupid.
That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
I stared at that thing for like 3 minutes, and I was like, I don't know what they want me to do.
I don't even know what that teaches.
Yeah, I don't know what that's supposed to accomplish.
That's the thing, yeah. Like, so it's a dumb thing, but at the end of it, okay, cool. I guess that it, translates into skill X, Y, Z. I didn't get that out of that assignment. I didn't know what the fuck they're trying to do.
You were supposed to. What was it? You were supposed to like circle the vowels into each syllable.
So if the word is not syllable. So if the word is grove, right? My son's in first grade, and they sent him home with some fucking worksheet last night, and it was, I forget what they call it. It had some dumbass name for it. But like, if the word was grove, then they wanted the kids to circle like in a hump way, the O and the E.
Right.
And then if it was like, like fucking, 5, they wanted the I and the E, and then just write them below. It was really fucking stupid. I don't know. I don't understand.
It's such a weird thing. It's like, hey, let's figure out more things to waste their time with, because it doesn't seem like a thing that would ever come into play.
Like when you're trying to learn how to read, they can read all these words. I don't understand the point of this exercise.
Yeah, I've never once had to make like a weird glidey circle between the two vowels in a word, and that helps me read.
Let me make a saggy infinity symbol, and then I'll know how to pronounce this.
When you're learning to read, you need to know consonants, you need to know vowels, you need to know silent letters, you need to know I before E, except after Z, all that shit. And then they're just making shit up that is just gonna fill your brain with nonsense.
It's like the workbook had a page quota. Shit. We need something for page 12, you guys. What do you got?
I'll fucking make them circle vowels.
Kids love drawing. What can they draw? Circles.
Yeah, but not like individual letters circled. You got to connect the circle into one circle without getting the consonants in there.
Like, what if they circled
Jerry,
all the vowels?
you're high as fuck. What are you doing?
Circle all the vowels and some saggy boobs.
Maybe,
all right, perfect.
Maybe it's a matter of they're trying to make it so that kids aren't that aware of COVID graphs. They're like, okay, if we put COVID graphs into their reading homework, they won't think it's such a weird thing when they see this fucking roller coaster on the news. Juggalo John in the chat asks about the TeePublic shirts. How is the print on the shirt? Is it good, or feel like
beautiful.
It's washer safe?
It's really good.
Yeah.
No, it's absolutely gorgeous.
And Lee, you've gotten TeePublic shirts in the past, and they hold up to a wash.
And a lot of it, and not just to kind of suck our own dicks a little bit, but a lot of that has to do with the prep file. If you get a file with a shitty shirt with a shitty print, it could be bad printing, but also could be bad shirt design.
Right.
And we don't fuck around with over here.
Bad shirt design.
Yep. Yeah, I got my hoodie. We also got Lisa got a Pop Classic T-shirt, which is great. She got a Pop Fantasy Football T-shirt, which is also looking great.
Did she buy a Beef Slapper shirt?
She did not buy a Beef Slapper shirt.
Oh.
We got a Pop Fantasy Football sticker, which came out great. And I think that's maybe everything. There was, I think, one more thing. Oh, she got a Popcast Classic sweatshirt.
Nice.
Like, not with the hood, just a regular old sweatshirt.
And I say just pull the trigger, buy some stuff, see how it works out. And if there's problems with the quality control, contact TeePublic. Maybe they'll send you a new one or refund you or something. But really, just support your boys. I don't want to guilt anybody, but come on. We're getting about 39 cents in monetization per Popcast episode. So buying a shirt, that throws.
And that's
$2
when
to $4
Hito
bucks.
Rick doesn't take it away from us.
Exactly.
Hito Rick.
Exactly.
Just ripping and tearing our monetization
ripping and tearing
away.
our fucking checks. Ripping and tearing our checks, you fucking prick.
But yeah, they're really great
Creepy
shirts.
bastard.
They're very soft. You're gonna enjoy them.
Sweet. So, this week, being that it's itching ever closer to Halloween, and I'm sure everyone has lots of really cool Halloween plans this year.
Actually, yeah,
know
like
it.
we're having Jose and the lady over this weekend. We're gonna carve pumpkins.
That sounds lovely. Yeah, we're gonna go to a chili thing at a friend's
You're
house.
gonna go to Chili's?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Chili's.
Ooh, you guys want to know a spooky thing that happened near me?
Did you
Yeah.
get Tex-Mex egg rolls?
No, there was a car crash down the block from me, and 2 people died.
Halloween.
And now they're gonna haunt that corner. I was
Also
wondering
up for sale on
why
the
there
Pop
was
stores
so
are
many-
Too Far Tuesday shirt.
Yeah, I was
Hey,
wondering
yeah.
why there were so many cop cars out there on Sunday night. And then I was like, oh, there's an ambulance. And then the ambulance didn't speed away.
Oh no. Kelly's just like, what is with all this screaming?
Yeah.
I'm trying to watch wrestling.
Well,
It's
the
the
weird thing
cheap-
is earlier that evening there had been there's some kind of car thing near us, and I think they were having some sort of who can rev your engine louder contest.
Mm-hmm.
And then so that's when there was like some sort of crash sound, and we were like, oh, they must have done something stupid. And then the cops came and we're like, cool, all the noise is done. Little did we know, 2 people died.
Kelly's like dead silent out there now.
Yeah. So that's my spooky Halloween.
Wild.
thing.
That, you know what? I didn't expect that at all.
That was a 2-sentence ghost story, Kelly. Congratulations.
Yep.
That's good. But no. So, try to
Go ahead
put the
and
wind
move on
back
from
these
that,
fucking
Lee.
tails.
All right, I know
Navigate away
how
from
we'll
that.
fix this. Mahoney, roll the next 6 tops.
This week,
motherfucker.
it is top 6 time. Nice. Hit my music.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6.
Top 6.
6!
I still like
should've-
6.
You should have fucked with them and did the TikTok sound.
I would have shit my pants. Shit my whole pants. It
Zero
would've
in the
been
chat says someone was possibly but unlikely murdered in front of my apartment last night.
Oh
terrible.
shit!
Well, that's a fucking cool story too. We're just crushing it tonight with fun, heartwarming tales of
So wait,
life
what
in the
does
big city.
possibly but not likely mean?
That's
Maybe-
a
Maybe a suicide?
that's a real head scratcher.
Or maybe they just heard a scream and didn't see anything.
They don't want to snitch.
Yeah.
One time I shot a kid.
Nice.
Oh, okay. I mean, kids are trouble, you know.
Now, do you mean that metaphorically, as the gun was a turtle and the kid was your neighbor's backyard?
Yeet!
Right. Jesus. All right. So this week we're doing top 6 vampires, and we cast an intentionally very wide net. You know, any medium, any year. If you got a uncle who has a past, I mean, I guess that counts too. It's fine. Top 6 vampires.
What?
What the
I'm
fuck?
just saying, maybe you got an uncle that's been through some shit. Maybe you got out of the joint because you had a really colorful history with finding. Never mind. I'm not gonna go in a really dark place. I'll let it go. Never mind. Listen to a lot of crime podcasts lately as well.
Oh
Some
no!
really gross shit out there.
You know what you
Listen to
need?
podcasts.
You need to start watching Hoarders.
Yeah.
That'll help you pack.
Yeah, no shit.
You guys think that Nyes is haunted by a bunch of turtles, but they're still walking to the new place and they've never made it there yet?
Probably.
No.
That's
You guys
tremendous.
think that Lee's uncle killed that person outside of Zero's apartment?
Just saying.
You guys think that Nyes was role playing as Lee's uncle and Lee's uncle actually shot that kid?
I thought you meant he killed all those turtles.
Update from Zero. He says, I heard someone scream crying very loudly after a car peeled out, and she was screaming, "Oh my God, they got him. He's gone." And like 10 neighbors ran outside. I locked the door.
All right.
I don't know if I would finish that with probably not.
Yeah. That could also be like an abduction, not a murder.
Yeah, it could just be some
True.
light human trafficking.
Yeah, it might just be a good old Amber Alert.
Who's to say?
I love in the time of COVID, sitting at home trying our best to quarantine, and you get an Amber Alert on your phone. It's like, what am I supposed to do with this? Are they gonna come knocking on my fucking door?
Yeah.
Pick up the couch cushions. You look around.
You just look up and you're like, any kids in here? Any kids in here? No? All right, cool.
You're like, that's what you get for going outside.
Right?
Easiest way to tell is you just swear, and then if they don't say anything, they're not there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you shout "fuck face" and no one goes "swear jaw." Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. All right, so top 6 vampires. This fucking thing on the road. Jesus Christ. All right, so this is gonna be fun. I think that we're gonna see a lot of unique stuff here. So, all right, so shout out, because I had a hard time narrowing it down to 6, quite frankly. So shout out to Saya from Blood the Last Vampire. No, not the most famous monster hunter, but one of the most mysterious. The scant 45-minute runtime for the movie doesn't give us a whole lot about her, which is kind of part of the intrigue, I think.
Wait,
But
45 minutes?
Yeah, that's a
45
TV show.
minutes. No, it's like a, I guess it'd be a short film, I guess, because it's not, it's the only thing of it. It wasn't a series. Well, there was a series afterwards, but the original Blood the Last Vampire, 45 minutes in and out.
I don't like it.
It's great. It's very
It's an
good.
episode of Veep.
Yeah, but it doesn't give you a whole lot of information about Saya, which is pretty cool. So I highly recommend checking it out. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere at this point, because real shitty about what they will and won't stream places. But highly recommend checking it out. It's very cool, very cool. It looks incredible. Like, it looks great by today's standards, and it came out damn near 20 years ago. Really, really good. All right, so on to the list proper, in no particular order. I got Alex Elder from the Cliffhanger series Crimson, which is the first comic book run I ever had, the first series I ever had a full run on. I got every issue of that shit when it came out. Introduced me to Humberto Ramos. It's way into the story. It was a big story with vampires and werewolves and Christian mythology and all this crazy stuff rolled in. This, fucking kid gets, transformed into a vampire against his will, as you're wanting to do. Finds out he has all these extra powers and shit because, of course, he's a special kind of vampire. Very, very excellent. Boom actually put out some beautiful hardcovers a couple years ago. Low print runs. I was able to grab one of each of the 2 volumes. I'm very, very happy about that. Check it out if you have.
I've never read it, but I can distinctly remember sitting on the toilet in my, the house that I lived in when I was a teenager, reading a new issue of Wizard and turning to like the article about Crimson, or maybe it was an ad or something, and I can vividly remember that artwork.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, it's the first time I ever saw Humberto Ramos. Every character has a batshit crazy, original design. Like, they designed the fuck out of that book. Like, it's very, very cool looking.
Was that before or after his run on X-Men? Or it was around the same time?
Did Ramos do X-Men?
I remember him doing some X-Men around that time.
Well, it was probably after then, because Cliffhanger was Humberto Ramos doing a book, Joe Madureira doing a book, who definitely did X-Men, and Jace
'Cause I
Scott
thought-
Campbell's Danger Girl.
I thought like the Maggot Marrow era was Humberto Ramos.
That's Joe Mad.
That's Joe Mad,
yes. Which
yeah.
Joe Mad did some of Crimson, or
He did Battle Chasers.
Okay. That's what I'm. Well, then maybe I'm not thinking of Crimson.
Yeah, you're probably thinking of Battle Chasers.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah, Humberto Ramos did do some X-Men in 2006, 2007, though.
Right. But that was a bit later. Yeah. But it's good stuff, man. I fucking love that book. Love that shit. All right. Next up, Eric Northman from True Blood. He is my favorite True Blood vampire. Viking. Fucking Viking vampire.
He's so much better than Bill.
He's so much better than Bill. Like, Bill is boring as fuck. Like,
Yeah.
he is so goddamn milquetoast.
She sits there pining after Bill, and I'm just like, why?
Eric is right there. Like, has she not seen him? He is very handsome, and he's very funny. I don't think Bill ever made me laugh one time. Bill sucks.
He's like the Sawyer of True Blood, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
He's a Skarsgård, right?
Yes.
He was Tarzan.
He's fucking great. And, you know, you get a lot of awesome interactions with Bill, with Eric, and so many other characters, because Eric does not give a fuck.
Yeah.
Not at all. He's
Everything
fantastic.
about him is better. He's like this Viking warrior, and Bill's just some dude who fought for the Confederacy.
And I get real sad when I think
Yeah.
about my family.
I left the war because I missed my family. So then I died.
Eric's like, I was a Viking, and then I got turned into a vampire, and I continued to kick ass for 1,000 years.
Yeah. He's so much better.
Yeah, Eric's the shit. Next up, Nye's already talked about a little bit. Lestat de Lioncourt from Interview with a Vampire, and a shitload of those other vampire books that Anne Rice wrote.
Man, fuck Anne Rice.
Fuck Anne Rice. Like, fuck Anne Rice more than a little bit. But I love those books. I like the movie. Interview with the Vampire movie is pretty good. It's a pretty good adaptation. Cannot say the same for Queen of the Damned. I really enjoyed Lestat's character as sort of like he is basically the villain of Interview for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as the series goes on, he kind of becomes more of like an anti-hero throughout the whole series, and so they kind of become about him at some point. The rest of the books, but I did like a full when I was in 7th grade. We'd pick a book and do a thing over it. So I did this big scale presentation report thing on the Vampire Lestat, which is the book that came right after Interview, I think. And look, I didn't give a fuck. I went hard with it, and that's not a book for 12-year-olds. So no one else in my class was even remotely prepared for the shit I was throwing at them. So I got a firm talking to.
Yeah.
Especially when it was over with.
Especially
Probably
in
a
that
little-
school
probably
district. Yeah.
She's like, what the hell did you come to my class with? I go, a thorough examination of a fucking 400-page book. It's really good. These characters are really deep. And she said, did you say that at one point he moved to New Orleans and lived with and said that his relationship with his mother was more like lovers than mother and son? I go, yeah, well, not in a gross way. They were all friendly and shit. So that was his words, not mine. She's like, get out of my class. Stand by it. This is great. Next up, David from The Lost Boys. Kiefer Sutherland.
Mm-hmm.
David from The Lost Boys created... David from The Lost Boys is an iconic character. He's a great character. But the performance also sort of created an entire archetype of vampire characters.
Yeah. The cool boy vampire.
Yeah. No David, no Eric Northman. You know what I'm saying? Not really. You know what I mean? That really kind of set the tone for 30 years of vampire stories afterwards.
Right.
Yeah.
Before that, it was
half the people on Buffy.
It was
Yeah,
all blah,
exactly.
blah.
Yeah, that's a good point, Mahoney. No David, no Buffy
Basically,
for sure.
anyone who's on Buffy who's not a human.
Pretty much. You even got like sexy Dracula after we got David.
Yeah.
Fucking great movie. Next up, we got Marlowe from 30 Days of Night.
Oh, hell yeah. I have Marlowe on one of my shout-outs, so I can cross that out right now.
There you go. So, if you're unfamiliar with 30 Days of Night, was a screenplay no one picked up. So Steve Niles and Ben Templesmith turned it into a comic book, and then it was very successful, and then they bought it for a movie.
Love it.
Real underrated movie, man.
I like that movie. I like the movie a lot.
And
like the movie is pretty good.
Like those vampires don't, as far as I remember, they don't talk much. They just
when they do, it's in like a crazy vampire language.
Yeah, they just kind of stalk, and it's Danny Houston, the guy that played Stryker in Wolverine Origins. He's been in a whole bunch of other shit too, and he just looks cool. And they got those black shark eyes. Real interesting take on vampires.
Yeah, so the hook of 30 Days of Night is a group of vampires led by Marlowe descend upon, is it Nome, Alaska?
Yeah.
I think. It's the northernmost, settlement in the Western Hemisphere. So it's way far north in Alaska, and it's a thing you've heard about forever. It goes a month where there's no sunshine. Oh, that's pretty fucking crazy that happened in real life. And then, I was like, oh, well, in this, vampires descend upon a town during that month of no sun. And I remember hearing that concept and going, holy shit. Everyone who's ever written a vampire story should be ashamed of themselves for not coming up with this first. It's such a good idea. It's such a good idea. Steve Niles, when he wrote that story, I bet he felt like Marlowe felt when he bitch slapped every other vampire for not coming up with the idea. It's such a good idea for a vampire story. And Marlowe is really fucking scary. And lastly, Quinlan from The Strain. I don't know if you guys watched The Strain on FX. It's on Hulu now.
Some of it.
It's really good. I like that show a lot. It's really good. It's got a great cast. And about halfway through, they introduce Quinlan. And Quinlan is like the half human, half Strigoi son of the master. And so he's, this fucking former gladiator warrior guy that, he fights the swords and shit, but he's got a bunch of, crazy, guns and shit like that. He's a half-breed monster killer, a la your Blades. But, I don't know. He might be cooler than Blade, because he just don't give a fuck either. You don't give no fucks either. And he's got a really cool design, and the show in particular, the prosthetics they used for his crazy, because the Strigoi in The Strain have this crazy, stinger that shoots out, their lower jaw opens up and this giant stinger shoots out, and they, suck blood and infect people. It's fucking nuts. And it looks like maybe he may have, torn his out or something, because he's this crazy, scar or a hole or something where it should be. It's really neat looking. He's a very cool character. I enjoyed Quinlan a lot. That's a good show. We should watch that show. It's also a star.
I got 4 or 5 episodes in, but I remember that pilot where they let the master vampire or whatever out of the coffin and ends up just turning a security guard's head into ragu into the concrete.
It's wild. The effects are really good. Great character, great cast. Stars Corey Stoll, who was the bad guy in Ant-Man. A bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Wearing a real bad wig.
Real bad wig. At some point in The Strain, they let him just be bald. I'm like, how thrilled must that guy have been? Just let it go. Got a real shitty kid in that show, though.
No.
Real shitty TV kid. Not as bad as Carl in Walking Dead, but still a pretty shitty TV kid.
He doesn't just go missing all the time.
Now, he does eventually shack up with the master in his penthouse because he thinks he's cool. so, real shitty kid. Real shitty. All right. What do you got on the Discord? Kelly, who we got? I feel like I got a whole bunch, don't we?
We got... Fuck you, Discord. Don't scroll down. We got Zero. And Cat.
Yep.
So Zero first. Elizabeth Bathory from the Fate series. Elizabeth was the face of Halloween for years in Fate/Grand Order. This dragon vampire girl has been a pop idol, a wizard, a ghosts and ghouls style warrior, and even a giant kaiju mecha. And then she grows up to become Carmilla. How fun. Number 5 is Lenore from Castlevania. So clever and scheming with just the amount of diplomacy. Lenore was the highlight of season 3. Number 4, Darkstalkers, the entire game. All of the games. It's called Vampire in Japan, so they all count. Look, I just love Darkstalkers and want more of it. Someone tell Joe Capcom and yell at him to make more.
Joe Capcom.
Yeah.
I saw today McFarlane is doing some Darkstalkers figures.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool.
Darkstalkers, and they picked up Princess Bride.
Oh, yeah.
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 Wild.
Sure, why not? Number 3, Vampire Hunter D.
Yeah.
While not my first anime overall, D was one of the first where I knew I was watching anime and helped get me into #likes_Japan shit. It's still one of the better anime movies made, and the original concept art is beautiful. Number 2,
watching Vampire Hunter D for the first time and being like, wait, he's just got a hand in his mouth, a mouth in his hand, and they're just never going to talk about it.
Oh my God! Could you imagine?
Like he has like a mouth, like I think he has a whole face in there, right? Like eyes too, right? He has like a face in the palm of his hand.
Well, I don't need eyes, but the mouth would come in handy. Ah!
the mouth is just a game changer.
It just like no one ever at any point in the movie is like, "Hey, bro, is that a mouth on your hand?" It's just kind of there.
You know, take the sexual stuff off the board. Just imagine jamming your hand into a bag of chips and not have to bring them to your mouth. Just jam the hand in. Just
It'd be perfect
way
for
ahead of you.
popcorn at the movies.
Yeah.
Or
clam
strips.
Yes. Yes.
Fucking love it.
Getting back to the list, number 2 is Kiss Shot, Isarola, Orion, Heart Under Blade.
All right, Zero, I need you to quit making shit up.
They are from the Monogatari series. I like Monogatari a lot, and it's come to a point where Kiss Shot is the first character that comes to mind when someone mentions Vampire. My favorite character of the series. I love her whole story from God complex to self-destruction to being a donut-loving shadow.
What?
Haven't we all?
What?
That's just Mad Libs.
This is like when Kelly talks wrestling to me.
Yeah.
Sometimes
donut loving shadow.
Sometimes don't we all feel like a donut loving shadow?
Yeah, quick, Ronnie, real quick. Is this an anime character or a porn star? Arisarola Reinhardt Underblade.
Anime character.
Okay.
That sounds like a donut.
Oh yeah. And then number 1, Bram Stoker's Dracula. Simply put, none of the characters on anyone's list would exist today without Stoker's novel. It codified what a vampire is and set the stage for the next 120 plus years of storytelling.
Yikes.
Rocking
That's
those
kind of fucking nuts to think about it.
Rocking those double beehives, man.
Yeah. And while we're here, let's do Cat's list too.
Yeah.
Cat's list. Number 6 is Count Batula from Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Fuck yeah, Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Love
Big
it.
head energy.
Love that game. One of the best multiplayers of all time.
Don't think I actually have ever played that game.
It's so
One of my I will never forget early on in the game. You walk out the Conquer the Squirrel, and he's the guy. You have the hub part of the world. Like where are you gonna go next? Like where do you go on your adventure? And there's a few different roads you can go on. And he looks over, and one of the paths, everything is just made of shit. And Conker goes, that way looks a bit pooey. And walks the other direction. Love that shit. It's great.
Number. What were you gonna say?
It looks a bit pooey.
Yeah. Number 5, Vampire Bee from Invader Zim. Rumor has it if you get bitten by a vampire bee, you'll eat lots of honey. Is that necessarily a bad thing? I don't think so.
Ooh, honey.
Number 4, Marceline from Adventure Time.
That's a
100%
good pick.
friend material. Yeah, that's a good pick.
I think you mispronounced it. It's Marzipan the Twilight.
Oh, yes. Number 3, Nyanpire, a cute kitty vampire.
Oh,
Number 2, Bunicula, a healthy, cute vampire bunny who always eats while drains his vegetables.
I fucking love Bunicula.
Bunicula rules.
Took me back when I saw that. I don't know if I've thought of the name Bunicula in 20 years, but I don't know this Bunicula. I remember the paperback, like, Scholastic Book Fair
Where he
Bunicula.
looks like a cryptid.
Yeah, it just looks like a straight-up bunny with a cloak on.
Yeah.
I forgot to do this earlier in the week. I am going to Amazon right now to buy Bunicula.
Hell yeah.
Definitely. And the number 1, Pusheen. Pusheen is a candy and donut-sucking vampire. What's better than that? Also a cute kitty.
Well,
I didn't know Pusheen was a vampire.
I mean, Pusheen isn't a vampire always. I mean, this is vampire Pusheen, right?
That's not how
Pusheen can do whatever you want to be.
Right.
You can't just turn it off, nice. You're not a werewolf.
Good list.
I love
Thank you
Pusheen.
for the visuals. Appreciate that.
Yeah, it's a very good.
I
solid
definitely needed those because holy shit. I knew Bunicula and Pusheen.
Yeah.
I've heard of Vampire Hunter D.
Good. That's awesome. All right. What do you got, Knives?
All right. So I got a couple shout outs. Right off the bat, Vampiro was one of the bright spots of late WCW. So
Oh yeah.
threw him on my list. You know, I'm not such a fan of modern day commentator Vampiro, but Vampiro was pretty fucking cool back in the day. And I love Donald Logue's character from Blade, Quinn, who just takes a licking and keeps on ticking, gets set on fire, gets his hand cut off.
God, that's right.
He's such
he's fucking great in that.
He's such a great dirtbag vampire character. Like, I feel most vampires would be Quinn if vampires actually existed.
Yeah.
Just pieces of shit, man.
He's like, hey man, my hand grew back, and he cuts it right off again.
And then to my list proper, my number 6 from 1992's Bram Stoker's Dracula. I'm going to go with Gary Oldman's Dracula. Probably the coolest movie Dracula of all time. And even cooler because not only does he get to be old man with double beehives, he gets to be pimp-ass fucking top hat Gary Oldman Dracula. And he gets to be a giant werewolf and bat creature. Like, come on, man. That's a diverse Dracula right there.
He is a very diverse Dracula.
My number 5 is the hottest vampire on my list from 1996's From Dusk Till Dawn, Santanico Pandemonium, played by Salma Hayek.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What other vampire on anybody's list has had their toes sucked by Quentin Tarantino? Nobody. But I also want to shout out Cheech Marin as Chet from Dusk Till Dawn.
I think you're also forgetting about Vampire Sex Machine.
Oh, I'm not forgetting about Vampire Sex Machine, but
Okay. No disrespect.
Vampire Sex Machine is great. Number 4 from the 1992 Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie, which is the only Buffy the Vampire Slayer I recognize, is Paul Rubens, a.k.a. Pee Wee Herman, played a character called Amelin.
Fuck yeah.
He was basically Rutger Hauer's henchman, but he was also like the comic relief in the movie. He had a running gag like Quinn from Blade, where he was constantly losing body parts. And just what a departure for Paul Rubens at the time, who had gone through the jerking off in the porno theater scandal and lost the Pee Wee Herman gig, essentially. And then he became a dirtbag vampire with a goatee and long, gross hair. And also, shout out to David Arquette in that movie, who played Benny, who was just a burnout. Him and Luke Perry, couple of fucking burnouts. and Benny becomes a vampire, and he's just floating outside Luke Perry's apartment. Like, dude, you're flying. What is going on? My number 3, we watched this tonight in preparation for the list, from 1994's Interview with a Vampire. Not Lestat, not Brad Pitt as Louis, but my number 3 is Kirsten Dunst as Claudia.
Solid.
Her breakout role. Obviously, Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt are the stars, but she steals the whole movie because she's just she's got this dope ass attitude. She's a shitty kid, but also, you know, an adult. You know, by the end of the movie, you know, she's, you know, decades old, but she's just got this chaotic evil energy where, you know, she does shitty kid things, but she's also a vampire. You know, burying a dead body in her bed with all of her dolls and shit.
She's like, I'm 81.
Yeah. Stop buying me dolls. I want tits already. A thing I noticed tonight that I never noticed before is the vampires in Interview with a Vampire have 3 fangs on each side. If you look at the puncture marks on all their victims, there's 6 fucking holes on their neck.
No shit.
Yeah, you can kind of see, if you look at their mouths, you can see 2 on each side, which is interesting, but I did not realize there were 3 on each side.
Huh. All right.
But yeah, so cool. My number 2, from What We Do in the Shadows, the TV series, Colin Robinson, played by Mark Proksch, who was also Nate on The Office. Love the movie. You know, you got Jermaine Clement in there, Taika Waititi are the standouts. The show is probably even better. Great cast on there. Love Laszlo, aka Jackie Daytona, human bartender. But
I gotta watch this.
But oh, you haven't watched any of What We Do in the Shadows?
No, I know I would love it.
Okay, well, have you heard?
I'm in the same boat.
Have you heard about Colin Robinson at all? Colin Robinson is just this vanilla milquetoast looking white dude. You know, sweater vest, button-up shirt, bald head, glasses. He's an energy vampire. He's not
okay.
He doesn't suck blood. He drains your energy. Like, he just talks your ear off, or like throws idiotic conspiracy theories at you, and just fucking drains you of your will to live. It's fantastic. Like,
I think I know some of those people.
Oh, you definitely know some of those people. I mean, shit. There might be one of those people on this show right now. I'm talking about myself.
That's fucking great, man. That's wonderful.
It's really cool. But the best part is, you know, they have a plot to the current episode, and, you know, Colin Robinson rolls in. He's like, "Hey, what's going on, guys?" And they're kind of like telling him what's happening, and then he just takes over the conversation and, you know, goes on and on about something. They're like, "Fucking Colin Robinson, get out of here. You're ruining this."
That's fucking great.
And then my number 1, my all-time, my day 1, my favorite cereal of all time, from General Mills, Count Chocula. I prefer my vampires fun and wacky, like your Count Von Count or your Grandpa Munster. But yeah, I've been eating Count Chocula since day 1. It really broke my clogged little arteries when it started being a seasonal cereal. Like, what kind of bullshit is that? Like, I want Count Chocula 365. It was never a Halloween thing back in the day. It was just,
dude, it was not.
It was just
fucking was not.
It's not like Lucky Charms only comes around during March.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a mascot. He's Count Chocula. You know, he's got all of his monster friends, but Count Chocula is the end all be all for me. If, you know, I'm definitely, my heart is Count Chocula, but I feel seen in Frankenberry, obviously. That's why I dressed as Frankenberry and not Count Chocula. I tried to get Jose to be Count Chocula when I was Frankenberry, but he didn't go for it.
What a fucking spoil sport. That's wonderful. That's a rock solid list.
Thank you.
I approve. Heading back to the Discord. Shark writes in, says, quick shout out to Count Von Count and Count Jocula.
Mm-hmm.
On his popular list, number 6, Blade. He was the first real vampire movie I remember watching and enjoying as a kid. I was youngish, and the rave blood scene still is stuck in my mind.
Yeah, classic.
That's a dope-ass scene.
That movie's great.
Yeah, we gotta make that happen.
Yes.
Number 5, Celine from Underworld. These movies were on in almost every college dorm almost all the time.
Oh, man, I wanted to like those movies so much.
Same.
Yeah, I feel like I like the first one.
The thing that bugged me so much, I know this is a little nitpicky thing, but I'm in the theater watching that first one, and it's early on in the movie, and Celine walks into this, I think it was like Vampire Headquarters or whatever the fuck it is, and she walks in, and there's this huge-ass mirror, and you see her reflection. And it's like, okay, like, the vampire rules aren't the same in every universe, but what a weird choice. To be like, hey, yeah.
To just put it right there.
Look.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't the better choice have been to not show her?
Yeah.
Maybe it was a special vampire mirror.
It could be.
Those movies made me angry because it's such a cool concept.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this long stretching war between vampires and werewolves, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm in. And then you watch it and you're like, you didn't do it right though. Like, it's not good.
Yeah. And the werewolves weren't great.
Yeah. Like, how do you get such a great concept and then like drop it?
She sure does look good in those patent leather pants, though.
Yeah, that's it. Though.
What did she call
I've
her?
heard the.
What did she call her vagina? The Pharaoh's tomb?
I don't remember.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm at a
no memory of that. I think you might have Yoda through the wall that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I've always heard the third movie's actually pretty good.
Yeah, here's the thing though, man. If you gotta wait till the third movie to get good, I ain't got time for you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're lucky to get to the third episode.
I think the third one was like direct to DVD too.
Oh, even better.
Rise
Number
of the
4.
Lycans.
That's the one. All right, number 4, Spike from Buffy. Yeah, I didn't watch them when they first started, but caught them on repeats in college. But he's grown to be one of my favorite TV actors, and as such deserves a spot in my top 6 vamps.
All right, hold on. I got the quote right here. I've only ever had about 3 boyfriends. Only a handful of people have seen into the Pharaoh's tomb. My best feature is unfortunately a private matter, although I'm told it is spectacular. But you can't really walk it down the red carpet. What can I say?
So that is
strange line.
What?
So wait, is that in the movie, or
No.
is that just something she's said?
That's her, Kate Beckinsale, talking about her own vagina.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a line from the movie.
No.
Nope, just weird-ass Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
Alright.
weirder that it's not in the movie, or if it would be weirder if it was in the movie.
I think it's less weird that it's not in the was just in real life.
I don't know.
What?
Because that means nobody told her she had to say it.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
She just was like, hey guys, want to hear about my Pharaoh's tomb?
Yes.
Well, and
thank
what
you.
are you gonna say? No.
Did you just refer to your own vagina as a mausoleum? Like, what?
Yeah, what a weird
No.
choice. If, like, you've got an amazing vagina, why Pharaoh's tomb?
Yeah.
Because men go to die there?
Yeah.
Got more questions than answers, Kate Beckinsale. More questions than answers. All right. Next up, we got the OG Bela Lugosi Dracula. Number 2, Dracula from Hotel Transylvania.
Blah.
Maybe it's because they are on repeat, or I can identify with the dude just trying to run a hotel while his friends and children and extended family ruin his normal plans.
You know,
No, in that case, Dracula makes me feel seen.
yeah, we've only actually seen that first Hotel Transylvania, but we enjoyed it. Like,
It is. It's pretty good.
it feels like an old Adam Sandler comedy CD bit that they just animated. Because
Yeah, it's fine.
his Dracula voice is basically the goat voice.
It's exactly the goat
Hey,
voice.
what's
Yeah.
going on? I'm Dracula. My stinky nuts.
Blah, blah, blah. And then, this is a good one. Number 1, Sam Neill in Daybreakers. Like, just a complete dick who became a vampire to avoid dying of cancer. Then decides to become the richest vampire in the world.
And then goes to a dinosaur theme park.
Crazy sons of bitches did it. Who we got next on the Discord, Kelly? Or, no, Mahoney do one. Mahoney do one, sorry.
All right, next we've got Juggalo John, who says, shout out to Raziel from Soul Reaver, who started out as a vampire in the opening cutscene until he's tossed into a whirlpool that burns him like acid, leaving him a burnt-out corpse. A deal with an elder god turns him into a Reaver of Souls, as well as Vorador and Janus Ardron, also of the Legacy of Kain series, Duckula, Spike and Angel from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I wanted to say Batman the Vampire Slayer. Blade, and Queen Akasha and Lestat from Queen of the Damned, not Interview.
That Queen of the Damned movie had so much potential.
The Queen of the Damned book is very good.
I mean, the whole concept behind the soundtrack, and you got Aaliyah in there in like her last film role before she died, and it was just kind of meh, the whole thing.
Well, to be fair, she didn't know that when she made it.
Right. It's not her fault.
She wasn't like, oh man, this is gonna be my last movie.
But like, you kind of like the concept of 30 Days of Night. You look at it and it's like, oh, Vampire Lestat is a rock star now? That sounds dope. Oh, you got Jonathan Davis.
The book's great.
You got Jonathan Davis from Korn writing all the songs and doing the soundtrack. Okay.
Yeah,
on paper, that's a great movie.
All right, John continues with his ridiculously hard to say names. Count Strad von Zarovic, the main antagonist in the D&D campaign setting of Ravenloft, a very dark gothic setting that is heavily themed after the Stoker's novel.
To be fair, Draculas aren't really known for their easy to say names.
Banicula is not very difficult.
I mean,
behold,
speechless. These people are all right. Nick Knight and Jeanette Ducharme from Forever Night. It was a Toronto cop who was also a vampire. Okay.
We talking about Nick at Night?
Sounds like a WB show.
Nick Knight.
I think it's streaming on CW Seed.
Then we got Dracula, all versions of Dracula.
Number 4.
Every single one of them.
Fucking love it.
I don't even know what to say about that. Then we've got Emmeline, Paul Rubens' character in the OG Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie. We've got Banicula, the cute vampire bunny that is the main plot point of the book of the same name, Celery Stalks at Midnight, as well as 2 others in the Banicula and Friends series. I like that he was like, I'm going to call out some of the books by name and the rest you can just look up yourself.
And also all versions of Dracula.
All versions of Dracula. Every last one of them. And his number 1, Kain from the Legacy of Kain series. Kain is the protagonist in the Blood Omen games, the antagonist in the Soul Reaver games, and the shared protagonist in Raziel, or with Raziel in Legacy of Kain Defiance. And there will be a quiz on that next week. Kain is one of the greatest time-traveling telekinetic teleporting super vampires of all time. The immortal tale of a corrupted lord resurrected as a vampire by a necromancer to span through time, fighting fate and interdimensional demons. Guys, I really love this game series.
That game series is pretty fucking dope. It's kind of crazy they've let it sit on the shelf for so long.
Yeah, really. I remember that. I played that on like PS1 and really enjoyed it.
They're really kick ass. Like, what they could do with it now, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Okay, I was wrong. It's not McFarlane doing the Darkstalkers. It's Storm Collectibles. So enjoy spending $60 on that Dimitri action figure.
Yeah, that's a big old jump in how much that's going to cost from McFarlane to Storm.
Looks pretty good, though.
It looks really nice.
Not bad. All right, what you got, Kelly?
All right. What I got, Kelly. Number 6. Mr. Fangin' and Bangin' himself, Gangrel.
Yes! I completely forgot about Gangrel.
There you go. Copyright White Wolf Inc.
Guy who spit fake blood all over the president a bunch of years ago.
Apparently, he now owns the Gangrel name. He doesn't have to shout out White Wolf anymore.
Yeah, he's not Vampire Warrior anymore.
Good for him.
Was there... What are you talking about where he spit blood all over the president?
There was a picture that I saw floating around recently of in his original WWF run, there was like a house show at Madison Square Garden where Trump and his wife were in front row, right where he would do the spit thing.
God. What a rib.
Yep.
He was such a weirdo.
Oh God, yeah.
What a weird body and face, and like
literally everything about him is weird.
Like his in-ring work could never live up to that entrance and that music.
No. Oh no.
That's why they got Imagine Christian.
Yeah. And I feel like the lead up to Gangrel took like 7 years. Like they were talking about him coming for a long time.
God, and the entrance up through the Ring of Fire is so fucking cool.
Hell yeah.
Wow. That's crazy ass music. Solid.
Number 5 is based entirely on aesthetics because I've never actually read the comics where it comes from. It's Vampire Batman.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Yeah, never read those, but he looks cool as fuck.
I'll allow it.
Number 4, Count Chocula.
Yes.
Makes a wonderful breakfast cereal.
It's true. Like, I think we've talked about it on the show this year, but this year's Count Chocula is not as chocolatey as it has been in years past. I don't know if they're changing the formula or what, but I don't appreciate it.
See, I didn't think it wasn't. I haven't noticed that. Maybe you just got a bad batch.
Maybe my taste buds are going in my old age.
Oh no. You know what you're going to need to do? Put some candy in it.
Well,
There
I
you
mean,
go.
I sent you guys a picture because I had a bowl and I was disappointed in the chocolatiness. So then I poured myself another bowl and I added Cocoa Puffs, Brownie Crunch, and Cocoa Pebbles to it to up the chocolate factor.
What?
And
Oh,
that helped.
Jesus.
And I sent that picture to the Popcast group, and Lee was like, "It's 1 a.m."
Number 3 is Marvel Universe Dracula. Because
I do enjoy Marvel Universe Dracula.
Yeah, he fought the Silver Surfer. Come on.
Is this the
I like that the X-Men crossover where it was like X-Men and Blade fighting, and it was basically just the plot of the Castlevania game. Like,
Yeah.
I gotta go find all the Dracula parts. I'm like, wait a minute. I
Yeah.
played this game.
Got to
And then
destroy
he
his
got turned
Horcruxes.
into that weird white monster thing, and that's not really actually Dracula. And
I was going to
Right,
say, didn't you tell me there's more than one Marvel
Yeah.
Dracula?
Yeah.
That's wild.
And now normal like Marvel Dracula is kind of back and pops up in Avengers every now and then. Because there was a vampire war, and it was cool.
It really was.
Number 2, Gauss, the villain from the Gamera movies. He was made because they were like, hey, how do we get Gamera to fight Dracula?
What?
And they're like, well, why don't we just make this giant like vampire bat lizard guy? And that's where Gauss came from.
What
and
a
why
spelling. Gyaos.
Yep. And in his first movie, there is a bit where they're like, well, how do we get this guy to stop? And they're like, what if we just like take a giant satellite dish and fill it with blood? So he'll have to hook onto it to drink, and then we make the dish spin around and make them all dizzy. And that's exactly what they do.
Thought about Gauss as a vampire, but you're fucking right.
Yeah, no, they were like, how do we get Gamera to fight Dracula?
Kind of looks like a pterodactyl, but he's a Dracula?
Yeah. In the Heisei series, he isn't like they don't really focus on that as much. He's more, I mean, he still like eats people and shit, but like he's not like explicitly like, I'm here to drink blood.
Wow.
Well, hot damn. Look at
Yeah.
that.
Mind
Yep.
blown.
You learn something new every day.
Yep. And then number 1, a name that probably I know 2 of you will know. Not you people here, but 2 listeners for sure. Caleb Morley.
Well, you're right about one half of that.
From Port Charles.
Oh,
Port Charles.
this is his number 1, mind you.
Was the General Hospital spinoff that featured vampires and angels and all sorts of that kind of nonsense.
No way. That's not a real thing.
Oh yeah, it was for years. And then
Years?
yeah,
Look at this doofus.
yeah. So then Port Charles was canceled, and he moved on to One Life to Live.
So they had a General Hospital, a supernatural spinoff
Yeah,
for years.
yeah. So
That's fucking wild.
Port Charles was canceled. He moved over to One Life to Live. One Life
As
to
the
Live.
vampire?
No,
Oh,
as
okay.
just an entirely different character.
Okay.
Well, it would have been
One-
so much better if it was the vampire.
We'll get there, Mahoney. We'll get there.
Okay.
One Life to Live is canceled. His character moves over to General Hospital. So they move him over there. But he comes back as Caleb Morley. But this time they retcon it, so he's not actually a vampire. He's just a crazy person that thinks he's a vampire.
Oh, well, I
But
love
he
that.
does try to kidnap someone and drink their blood.
He kind of
That's
looks
the
like
wildest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah, and that all started up in 2013 when I was reading TV Guide, and they were like, "Hey, General Hospital's bringing back their vampire," and I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's watch this." And that's when I started watching General Hospital regularly.
he looks like Scott Stapp got bit by a vampire.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
He
That
honestly,
is
he
so
looks
nuts.
like Juan.
yeah. And Juan is one of the people that will know who I'm talking about.
Mhm.
Like, I don't mean that at all in like a mean way. Like,
No.
this
They
man looks
do.
like
Yeah.
Juan.
Yeah, I can see it.
You could do worse.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
He's still on General Hospital, but as an entirely different character.
He's a werewolf now.
Well, there were weird legal issues with the rights to the character, so they're like, we got to kill you off and bring you back as someone else. And he's like his other character's brother.
He's like, fuck, do I care?
Yeah.
The soap game is so crazy.
That dude also wrote some comics.
That's so nuts.
Which comics?
There's something at DC he did.
Probably an
What
hour.
we got next on
man,
the
so-
Discord, Knives? Who we got next?
All right, we got Vetter. Shout out to the Countess from Once Bitten, Santanico from Dusk Till Dawn, Count Duckula, and Grandpa Munster. And then on to his...
Oh, Grandpa Monster, shout out.
Yeah, for real. Herman Munster got some of that. Dipped his wick in some vampire.
Hell yeah, he did.
Number 6, Vlad the Impaler. You don't really have Dracula without this guy. The inspiration for it all. The OG, or the OV if you prefer. I don't.
You guys ever met any Vlad the Impaler apologists or sympathizers?
No. Is it like a
Haven't.
QAnon person?
No, it's some like Eastern Europeans.
Is that just what you call Eastern Europeans?
No, like I have met a person that is like,
Look at this fucking Vlad the Impaler apologist over here.
No, like I've heard like, he's really misunderstood.
Kelly's like, look at this guy doing a vampire cosplay. And he's like, I'm just from like, where's a place in Europe? I don't know.
Romania. Just say
Romania.
Yeah.
Ruined it.
I have heard people say he didn't do all that stuff.
He was good painter.
Well, according to Vetter, he was a secluded Romanian who impaled heads on pikes and drank the blood of his enemies.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
So there are Vlad truthers out there, is what you're saying.
Yep, there sure are.
What Were you fucking there? Did you see it?
Yeah.
Huh? Were you fucking there? I don't think so.
Number 5, Blade. In my eyes, the first successful Marvel franchise. Great action and cast. It was. 100%. There would be no MCU if it wasn't for Blade.
There would be no
Absolutely.
Marvel.
No.
You know anything.
Number 4, echoing one of Kelly's picks, Gangrel. WWF's resident vampire and leader of the Brood.
Gangrel.
Though it only lasted a few months, he had one of the best gimmicks and greatest entrances of all time. Yeah. Well, Vetter continues. Number 3, going back to our Popcast classic, Vampirella. The daughter of Lilith, first wife of Adam from Adam and Eve, who was cast out of Eden. Enemy and sometimes partner of Dracula, and current radio host who frequently appears in Hackslash. The original...
For real?
I guess.
Okay.
The original vampire bombshell.
I thought she
That's
was an
kinda
alien.
rad.
I think she's probably had a variety of origins.
I bet she has been an alien at some point.
Yeah.
Reading old episodes of... I keep saying episodes. Reading old issues of Wizard and just flipping through and being like, what is this Vampirella and what are these feelings I'm having?
Yeah.
What are these bazooms?
Yeah. Oh, be careful what you call bazooms around Lee there, Kelly.
Yeah.
True.
He's gonna fact check you.
Oh, I'm sorry. A man can't have standards these days? We're just throwing words around? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Tune in next week for our new Popcast game, Hoots or Bazooms? We all win.
I think if given a chance to explain my position, I think the crowd would side with me on this. I'm just saying.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Not wrong.
Number 2, David from the Lost Boys. Kiefer Sutherland's finest. One of the first cool vampires. Great movie and a top soundtrack as well. And number 1...
Very glad David's getting some love.
Yeah. Number 1, Graf Orlok from Nosferatu. I love the classic. For a black and white silent movie, it still entertains. Dracula before he got all handsome. There is a Nosferatu type character in both the movie and TV show of What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, really?
Who's like their 5th roommate, kind of. Or wait, maybe he's not in the show. Maybe he's just in the movie that I'm thinking of.
It's like a fucked up, like, bug-eyed vampire that nobody wants to talk to.
Exactly.
That's awesome. That's a great bit. Dig it. All right, so let's see. I'll take the next one. We got Ben writes in. He says, "Shout out to the Lost Boys, Count Von Count, Gina Davis in Transylvania 5000. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What? Marceline from Adventure Time, and Count By God Chocula." All right. On to the proper list. Number 6, Lugosi's Dracula. Probably the most important vampire in all of pop culture. Spike from Buffy. Angel got the spinoff, but Spike was always more fun. Number 4, the vampire couple from Only Lovers Left Alive. There are worse ways to spend eternity than hanging out in a spooky mansion and listening to cool music. Number 3, the toxic vampire couple from Thirst. Imagine the worst relationship you've ever had. Now imagine lasting forever. That's a good one. Number 2, Max Shrek's Nosferatu. Not the sexiest vampire ever, but definitely one of the creepiest. And number 1, Colin Robinson, the energy vampire from What We Do in the Shadows. I love all the characters from the show and the movie, but Colin is such a hilariously inventive take on vampirism. I have to single him out.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta watch this fucking show, you guys. It sounds delightful.
It's on Hulu right now.
Yep. Been a little busy, man.
And like if you're a fan of vampire pop culture, like it really pays off as you go through the series.
It sounds lovely. Really does. All right. What you got, Mahoney?
All right. So I started my list and I was like, you know what? I really don't know that much about vampires, I guess.
I feel like you're not a really big horror guy.
No.
Yeah, like I've
horror-
seen a lot of horror movies, but like this was a challenging list for me. But I think I've done okay. Number 6, Count Duckula. that cartoon used to scare the shit out of me when I was a kid, and my parents would be like, "You can't watch this," and I would be like, "But I have to, like I have to," and then it would scare me, and then they would be like, "God damn it." But yeah, I didn't even
very different childhoods.
I did not expect other people to remember Count Duckula.
Was that like the Danger Mouse era of cartoons, or was that
It was.
after?
I had to look it up. It was a Danger Mouse spin-off.
Oh shit!
Yes.
Look at me.
Yeah.
Points for Nyes.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I only learned that just tonight when I tried to figure out what it was called. My number 5, on Da Vinci's Demons, there was a vampire, and Leonardo da Vinci and his little partners went to that guy for help. He was pretty cool.
Oh, so that show actually has Da Vinci in it.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
Okay.
Da Vinci, like, he works at, like, he, like, builds weapons for the people in Italy, and then, like, all of his designs get stolen, and he's like, oh, no, fuck that, and he, like, goes
I gotta
off
make
on a
it a
mission.
weapon.
Yeah. He goes to get it all back. And he brings in a vampire to help him.
I thought that show's title was a metaphor.
Nope, it is not.
Trader, you a nice gabagool for my weapon.
Yep.
Got a real wog over here.
Oh, guys, remember when I informed you about Australia's Italian comedy?
Yes.
That's wild.
Who would have thunk it?
You know who invented Da Vinci's Demons?
Da Vinci?
David Goyer.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Good old Davy G.
And I'm trying to remember who. There was some other comic book writer who like left. Was it?
I want to say
Matt
Hickman.
Fraction?
Yeah, I want to say Hickman and Fraction both wrote episodes
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah. So like, comic book writers who wanted out of comics and into TV would just write random episodes of Da Vinci's Demons. It's like, all right.
That is so weird.
Still not worth watching though. Don't go seek it out. Number 4, the people from the Vampire Diaries. Vampire Diaries was an okay show. I'm not gonna narrow it down to any one of them. Like, they were all cool in their own right. The Vampire Diaries was very supernatural-ish, in which like the same storyline would happen, but like to the other brother this time, you know?
Right.
So they'd be like, what if we did this whole thing, but this time to the blonde one? It's like, okay, well, let's see what that's like.
I will never forget. I think it was C2E2 2011, where we were just hustling. We were getting in contact with so many media reps, and we got into a press junket for Vampire Diaries.
Yep.
We sat down at a round table, and nobody had shit. So Lee was like, all right, I'm going to cowboy this thing, and I'll ask all the questions. Enjoy. Thanks. I know nothing about this show.
Yeah, these people who were obviously like, they were all a flutter. Like, they were clearly fans, right? And I don't know if that's why they couldn't talk to it or whatever, but like, fine, I guess I'll fucking lead this thing.
Well, yeah.
Strap in. I'm going to guess what this show is about.
So, what's your favorite scene when you're writing in your diary?
I mean, it couldn't have gone worse than the interview that we did with that one short motherfucker from Supernatural.
Oh, God.
What was his name?
The guy who was dead?
Mark Shepard.
Mark Shepard. Yeah, that guy was a real piece of work.
Who had a great guest spot in Doom Patrol.
Yeah.
Yeah, right off the bat, he was not into our particular brand of entertainment.
No, he was a miserable old man.
And then didn't what's her name get into a fight with him at the bar later that night?
I think so. Yes. I do believe.
What's her name did in fact get.
What a life we have led.
Hey, like, real quick aside, like, do you ever find yourself telling stories and thinking that there's a very good chance that the person you're talking to is gonna think you're full of shit, but you know for
absolutely.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Like, we've seen and done some things.
I mean, I've told the story about Lucy Liu and Jose multiple times, and I don't think a single person has ever truly appreciated what the air was like in the room when the two of them were standing there.
Well, we've all also encountered people that are just complete bullshitters, so I could understand not believing us.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like,
I get
understand why you wouldn't. I understand why. But, like, we got some really good stories, and they're all true.
Yeah, like, we don't have to exaggerate or bullshit any of them. They're all perfect. Yeah, it's wild. Right. All right, my number 3 is the people from True Blood. I put Eric first. He was great. I also put, and I thought this one was really nice, that they took a vampire who was just, like, dog-ass ugly in Jessica. I thought that was nice.
Typically, you want your vampires to be fuckable, but then they were like, "No, let's throw her in there too."
Yeah, it was nice to break away from that
minority vote.
Yeah,
should have made her a werewolf.
The diversity higher.
And then all of them, like some of them aren't vampires from the start, so I don't want to say all of their names, but they're all great. They were wonderful. My number 2 is the Count from Sesame Street.
He's dope.
He's cool.
Yeah,
he's great. Who doesn't love him? And my number 1 is Blade.
Some motherfuckers.
For a long time, my entire list was just Blade, and then a blinking cursor. And I was like, oh no.
Some motherfuckers always trying to ice skate uphill, man. What are you supposed to do?
My favorite version of Blade is, of course, the one with the CGI eyes.
Oh, obviously.
God, talking about Wizard magazine. I remember around the time when they were doing like all the press junkets and shit for Blade 3, that Wizard had an interview with Wesley Snipes' stunt double from Blade. And I remember thinking, that's a weird thing to. Okay, sure, great. I guess so. Whatever. And then you find out that they basically shot like 2/3 of the movie with him because Wesley Snipes wouldn't open his eyes, come back to the trailer or whatever. Ugh, so fucking ridiculous. Yeah, so if you don't know, if you go back and watch Blade Trinity, like anything that's not a close up of Wesley Snipes, it's probably not him.
And I recommend you Google Blade Trinity eyes, and you'll see exactly what we're talking about.
He was being such a piece of shit on that movie that he was just completely uncooperative. So they just shot most of the movie with his stunt double.
Imagine the fucking stones it takes to lay down on a table, have an entire room of people be like, okay, on the count of 3, open your eyes. And they count to 3, and you just keep your eyes shut. And they're like, okay, no, okay, count of 3.
Action.
Action. Take 2. And Wesley, open your eyes. And he just keeps those eyes shut. And everybody is just like, oh no. Oh no.
And then the director's like, we can fix it in post. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Like, how many takes do you think they did before the director was just like, okay, whatever. Get him out of here. I don't want to see him anymore.
That director? David Goyer.
She was like, fuck it, I'm going to stars.
Look at him. Look how real those eyes are.
Oh, they're
what
perfect.
a piece of shit. Fucking terrible.
They don't even work like real eyes because he's laying down, so we're looking up at his face, but those eyes are clearly pointing straight at us.
Yeah.
So,
excellent work.
It's unreal.
Imagine being the effects guy, being like, "Well, that's this is a new ask."
Yeah, and you're like, so wait, he couldn't open his eyes? Oh, he just wouldn't open his eyes? Okay, all right.
Hey Bob, can you slap some eyes on Wesley for me?
I mean, that's going to be an extra $20,000. All right.
Fine. Here. What if I just glue some googly eyes onto the film? Would that work? Oh, that's great. All right. What we got next, Kelly?
Well, we got a quick thing from Vetter where he wanted to put a different vampire on his list, but it would be a spoiler. But it's also a decade-old spoiler. And I said, is it Dr. Acula? He said, no. It's not Alucard either, although he almost made it. And then there's a black spoiler bar, and I'm going to click it, and it says, Abe Lincoln. So there you go. Now we got Juan. Juan says, shout out to Edward Cullen for sucking all acting ability from Robert Pattinson, and shout out to me for sucking energy out of a room. Got him. Number 6, Lady Karen from the Necroscope novel series.
Right. So, hang on. I'm sorry.
He owned himself.
Right, but is that comment pro or anti-Edward?
Anti.
It's anti-Edward, pro Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, because Edward sucked all the acting abilities out of Robert Pattinson.
I'm sorry,
Which would imply that he did a good job.
I feel like...
No, he didn't pull out the acting abilities. He didn't draw out the acting. He sucked them all out and then spit them like in his hand.
Also, you guys are mispronouncing it. It's Robert Patterson.
Oh, okay, sorry.
No.
Robbie Pattycake.
Good old Nick Baruch.
Yep. Number 5, Kurt Barlow from Salem's Lot. Number 4, Jesse from Near Dark. Number 3, Harmony from Buffy and Angel. Number 2, Drusilla from Buffy and Angel. And number 1, it's a tie between Angel and Spike from Buffy and Angel. I'm going to break that tie for you right now. Number 1 is Angel because that's David Boreanaz from Bones.
Good old Bones.
Also, way to branch out on your list. Just all Buffy all the time.
Mahoney, have you watched all of Bones yet?
No, I have not watched all of Bones.
You should watch all
yet.
of Bones.
I'm not going to watch any of Bones.
You should watch all of Bones.
I'm going to watch
is a good show.
Bones is a good time.
You know what I was thinking is I would watch none of it.
You should watch all of it. Hey, Mahoney, you like Bones.
It's true. It is true.
Well, I got 13 seasons of Bones for you to watch.
Nope.
Which,
See,
ironically,
I'm overwhelmed and
means
twitching.
That there are more episodes of Bones than there are bones in the human body.
Yeah. Mahoney, what if I told you that inevitably Bones has a crossover with the other Fox program, Sleepy Hollow?
Honestly, that makes me more interested.
All right. Well, it happens.
People loved that Sleepy Hollow show when it was on.
Yeah, and there was a Bones crossover.
Okay, well, I don't like where this is headed. What if every week, like how I force... what if how I force Lee to watch TikToks if Kelly just showed me an episode of Bones on the podcast every week?
Okay.
I think
10 minutes at a time.
I think you'd enjoy yourself.
I think we...
Yeah, eventually you'd be like, this is a quality program.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd have to
Kelly
sell...
would need a week off, and I'd be like, wait a minute, we're still going to watch Bones, though, right?
We'd have to sell a couple stickers to make up for the monetization, but I think we can handle that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking great. Real quick, I watched a lot of scary movies as a kid and really cut my teeth on horror flicks growing up. It takes a lot to shake me now, took a lot to shake me then, and for as low rent and shitty as they look, Kurt Barlow, like the vampires in Salem's Lot, scared the fuck out of me when I was a kid. Like, they're just so spooky looking.
Do they have, like, yellow eyes?
Yeah,
Was
the
that
big
the deal?
dumb teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really gross design. Fucking got me. Good pull. All right, let's see. All right, Rob reaches out. He says, ooh, this is a good one. Shout out to Count Blah from Greg the Bunny and Danik Jericho. Ask Mary about that one, nice.
I know who Jericho is.
Well, enlighten the rest of the class. I have no fucking idea what he's talking about.
He's Le Champion. He's Le Champion, the
that?
demo god. Y2J.
Oh, okay. Him I know.
Yeah. I assume it's from Voyager. Star Trek.
No, it's probably the show Jericho.
Oh, yes, with the peanuts.
That show I've seen.
You've
Well, do you
seen
know who-
Jericho, but you won't watch Bones.
Yep.
You're a fucking mystery.
They make a windmill.
Oh no!
All right, main selling points for Mahoney TV shows: they make a windmill.
Danik Jericho is
Extra point to visit a Dracula.
Danik Jericho is like an extra from the cantina scene who's apparently a vampire in Star
Mary
Wars.
just yelled that from across the house.
No, she doesn't know Danik Jericho.
He's like, what is she? Some kind of asshole. Knowing who Jericho is.
Unless there's some expanded universe book that's all about Danik Jericho. I mean, there may be.
Sounds reasonable.
Like, oh God, have I besmirched my wife? Oh Jesus. Maybe she does know. Oh God. No.
Maybe she does, yeah.
All right. Okay. So proper list number 6, Countdown Count from Sesame Street. Number 5, Spike from Buffy. Y'all motherfuckers love Spike from Buffy. Number 4, Amelin, Paul Rubin's character from the Buffy movie, which I'm really glad that he's getting some love because I remember there's a mid-credit scene in Buffy the Vampire Slayer where he just writhes around going, oh, yeah, after getting staked for like 3 minutes. It's very good.
I implore anyone who was a fan of the Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV show or Angel to watch the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie because it is a laugh riot. It is a good time.
It's really fun, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and you should also watch Bones.
Yes.
Because David Boreanaz is in that.
As Angel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But undercover.
Yeah.
No, he's just Angel. Like, not even undercover. That's why, like, as cops, like, they have to solve all their cases at night.
Yep.
They're like, oh, man, this brutal murder happened, but it's like 9:30 a.m. We better wait for fucking Angel Bones to show up.
And that's why they have him work on cases exclusively dealing in bones, because then he won't be tempted to suck them.
Yeah. Because the blood's already gone.
Yeah.
And they're all dry.
Yeah.
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 Because they're outside of the body.
Right.
Yeah, they're only wet when they're inside the body. Everyone fucking knows that. What, are you some kind of asshole?
I mean, you're making a lot of sense.
Yeah. Fucking don't tell me I was there, motherfucker.
Yeah.
All right, you're on number 3 of Rob's list. There,
Yeah. I was just wondering how long you let that pause linger. Number 3, Dracula from Marvel. Mainly the Tomb of Dracula series by Marv Wolfman and Gene Colan. Number 2, Angel.
Wait,
number
we're
1,
talking vampires, not Wolfman.
Marv Wolfman was also a vampire.
Remember when fake Steranko was a thing? And I tweeted out that he gave Marv Wolfman silver in his drink. It was like the hunt continues.
Oh, Mahoney did all the best fake Steranko tweets.
Yep.
That was a good time.
It was a good time. Number 2, Angel, and number 1, the entire ensemble from What We Do in the Shadows. Yeah, let's fucking rub it in, everybody.
Both
Rub
the
it
movie and the series.
in. Yep. All right, take us home, Nice.
Oh, well, I mean, we've got 3 more. So
Oh, do we?
Yeah, well, we got Kristen.
Read them all real fast.
Read them all.
Well, don't forget we got Jose dropped his list too.
Oh, that's right. Okay, see, I did not see Eric Magnus until just now. I thought Kristen was the last
Well,
one.
that just dropped.
Yes.
Okay. My bad. I was not trying to... What? I meant no disrespect, Jose.
It's all good.
Sorry.
It's all good. So Kristen shouts out to the vampire designs from The Strain, Salma Hayek in From Dusk Till Dawn, and the aesthetic of Aaliyah in Queen of the Damned. Negative shout out to Dracula in Van Helsing. I've never actually seen all of Van Helsing.
It's really bad.
Yeah, I'm aware that movie exists, and that's about it.
I honestly didn't know that Dracula was in that movie. Like,
I was excited about that movie.
Well, he
Like,
fights
they
like
went hard with it.
he fights all of them in Van Helsing, doesn't he? He fights like all
Yeah.
the classic monster archetypes.
Yeah, they even fights a Frankenstein in there, and like they made like a toy line for it. You know, it wasn't great, but they made it. You know what? That might be one of the last big movie-based toy lines. Now I think about it, because like remember when we were kids, everything got a toy line.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think Van Helsing might have killed it. Yeah, really bad movie. Really, really bad movie.
Her list proper, we got number 6, Drusilla from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Number 5, Lestat from the Vampire Chronicles series, plus the live-action Tom Cruise. Number 4, Nadja from What We Do in the Shadows. Number 3, Dracula from Francis Ford Coppola's Bram Stoker's Dracula. Number 2, Vampirella. And number 1, Pam from True Blood.
Fuck yeah, Pam from True
Pam's
Blood.
pretty great.
Pam like the milfy one?
Yes.
Nice. She was at one of those C2E2 True Blood panels, I remember.
Yeah.
And she was great. She was really nice. Yeah, she was awesome.
She's good on the show.
She's really good. All right. I'm going to get out my Dakota ring here. And let's see what's up on Jose's list.
Okay, I was like, which one's he going to, Jose or Eric Magnus?
No. I'll dive on the Jose grenade. All right. Number 6. No Neck Tarantino from Dusk Till Dawn. Number 5. Willem Dafoe with Nosferatu and Homeboy's epic vampire drama.
Shadow of the Vampire, one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
God damn that I hate that movie.
Yeah, real bad. Great concept. Another great concept where it's the production of the actual Nosferatu movie, and the guy, Max Schreck, playing Nosferatu is an actual vampire, but just real bad.
I remember watching that movie and just thinking how impossibly long it felt.
Yeah. Because it's like nothing happens.
No, I'm gonna die before this movie's over.
All the cool shit,
so fucking long.
All the cool shit like happened off screen. Yeah, he would eat a PA between scenes.
And they come back, hey, where's Henry? And he's like his fingers. Wait a minute. It's terrible. All right, number 4, V from Vampire Hunter D. Number 3, Blade. Number 2, Keffy from Lost Boys.
Keefe.
No, that says Keffy.
It does, but he means Keefe. You got your Jose Dakota ring out for nothing.
The number 1, Gary Oldman from Bram Stoker's Dracula. Solid list, Jose. Solid list. Wherever you may be. Jose representing parts unknown.
Yeah.
Yep. He doesn't know where he is either.
All right, now take us home, nice.
All right, Eric Magnus, top 6 vampires. A big fuck you to any vampire on Twilight and my ex-wife. She didn't suck my blood, but she sucked the life out of me.
Yikes.
My wife.
Oh man, you guys, we're only like 3 days out from new Borat.
Oh, I'm so excited. Like, so many famous comedians are talking it up. Like, Seth Rogen's like, I've seen it 6 times and I love it. I can't wait.
I feel like the world needs Borat right now.
Borat this week, Mandalorian next week. It's so nice to have things to look forward to. And Supermarket Sweep every week.
What if Borat's in The Mandalorian?
Okay, why not? Yum Shamash. All right, and then on to Eric Magnus's list. We got Spike. We got Angel. We got Klaus Michelson. We got Caroline Forbes. We got
from Vampire Diaries.
Elijah Michelson. Michelson?
I don't know.
Then we
also
got
from Vampire Diaries.
We got Blade, also from Vampire Diaries. And special shout out to the Count and the Camps from the List Boys and Lauren Hutton from that Jim Carrey movie. And a very special shout out to all the women I dated while I lived abroad. They don't suck, but boy, can they suck.
Oh!
Oh yeah, Looker from the Outsiders comic.
That Jim Carrey movie, Once Bitten, I think he's talking about. That's a solid vampire movie.
Yeah. And that was a pre-In Living Color Jim Carrey. Probably.
Oh, yeah, he was nobody.
Yeah.
That's, Jim Carrey, Amanda Bierce, pre-Married with Children in that one as well.
Wild.
Very good movie. Solid.
Well, that was a fun one. A lot of diversity. I'm glad.
Yeah, a lot of diversity, but a lot of what we do in the shadows. So I really got to get my shit together.
Yeah.
I may watch one of those tonight. Is the movie on Hulu as well?
The movie is shit. We found it, and I think it is on Hulu, but it's like one of those where you have to have a Showtime subscription or something like that. It might not be
fuck out of here.
Showtime specifically, but
something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess follow-up question: do I need to see the movie?
No, but
okay,
it will benefit you later. Like, you definitely don't need to see it, but there are some Easter eggs later on.
Okay. All right.
But
the Easter Bunny shows up in all of them.
But by no means mandatory.
I like it.
It's kind of like how you can watch the U.S. Office without having seen the British Office, but you'll appreciate the U.S. Office more if you've seen the original Office.
I got you. I hear what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're laying down. Yeah. All right. Cool. I'll check it out. All right. So next week, pretty cool. I think it was, who suggested this? Was it
Sheila?
Sheila, right? Yeah. Sheila suggested top 6 death scenes.
Yeah. Got to finish out October strong.
Yeah. Now, obviously, horror movies makes sense, but it doesn't have to be, I guess. Like could be an action movie sequence you like a whole lot. Whatever. I got the one came to my mind immediately. So I got a few that are going to be this one's going to be hard to pare down.
Yeah, we do movies, TV, cartoons, comics, anime, literature, video games, whatever you got.
Real life.
Don't do literature. Don't be an asshole.
If you got those people outside of Kelly's house.
Yeah. I mean, if we're going literature, obviously, Cain killing Abel.
I'm gonna put a nix on that. Don't fucking come to me talking about Destiny in the book, you pieces of shit. Don't do that to me. Like, I want to be able to look at it. Come on.
That's fine, Lee, because I'm doing the feature film, The Passion of the Christ.
The Lord Jesus died on the cross. Best death scene.
That movie is a 90-minute death scene.
Yeah.
Watch Passion of the Christ and my very religious in-laws. We had very different reactions to that movie.
Oh my god.
It's like, that was horrible and boring.
And their reaction was, "Look, is there a sequel? I'm gonna get the movie novelization."
No, the credits were rolling, and Nicole's butthole was clenched real tight. She's like, "Oh God,
don't say anything.
What's he gonna do?" This is still very early on in our. I think we were married by this point. Maybe not. If not, we were on our way to it, and they love me now. They did not like me then. And so it was real quiet, and somebody had to say something. I just went, "So that sucked, right? That wasn't very good." It was very over the top and gratuitous, and that was not very good. That was very. I didn't care for that. And I think it was her sister who just goes, "Don't you understand? He did all that for you." And I said, "Mel Gibson." We have to leave now. We gotta go.
And she's like, "No, Jim Caviezel."
We got into it. Let's not call books. Get the fuck out of here. They love me now at school.
I'm quite keen on comic books, especially the ones about superheroes.
Fucking Kelly's pronunciation of Jim Caviezel just got me.
I think that's how you say it.
I think it is, but it was just the strength behind it.
I'm gonna come in here with some weak ass Jim Caviezel. Come on now. You gotta project the Caviezel.
Star of Person of Interest on CBS. Mahoney, have you watched Person of Interest?
No,
on
I've not
CBS?
seen Person of Interest on.
You should have
CBS.
gotten Lee's password and watched all of CBS.
Lee,
only
give
had
me your
2
password
years.
to CBS All Access.
You only had 2 years. Jesus.
I bet if I logged in as you, it would just restart your subscription.
You motherfucker. I will burn your pool to the ground.
Oh no.
All right.
And Nigel have to get a pool.
The water just keeps putting the fire out, and he's just getting frustrated.
I didn't think this through.
Like, what the fuck? Again?
All right, so Spider-Man 50, they did reveal the identity of Spooky McCaterpillar, and I think I may have talked about it being Harry at some point.
Yeah, we
a while
definitely
back.
talked about that on the show.
Yeah. And then, like, did we also talk about how I don't remember how he got dead? Because he was dead, and then he came back to life when they did the one more day fuckery.
Yeah.
And then did they just decide he was dead? Because I don't remember him dying.
I don't think he died.
Yeah. So at some point they were just like, yeah, no, we take it back. He was dead the whole time.
No, like that's what I don't get. Like, I don't know when this happened because he's been around.
It's been a bit, but yeah, right? Like,
yeah, so like that's why I there's something it doesn't make sense.
Okay. Or maybe it's just leftover shit from when he was dead.
I mean, that could be.
Died yet.
That's kind of what it seems like to me, is that it's like the timelines haven't reconciled themselves correctly and he's all fucked up because of that.
Yeah. But, kind of a bummer that, we don't get a Green Goblin comeback after all, because after all that shit, the thing that he didn't want to do just ended up happening anyway. That was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Got himself degoblinized. But man, how bad must it suck to be Doctor Strange and have Spider-Man know where you live?
Yeah.
Like, that motherfucker never shows up to say hi. He's just always coming with bad news to Doctor Strange's house. That poor prick. But I'm in to see where it goes, because I do like a Goblin story. I like a Harry story. I like that he's crazy infected all the spider people. That's kind of neat.
Yeah. And again, we're 50 issues deep. We're stuck in it. We got to finish this through.
Oh yeah. I'm in. I gotta see what happens. So that's fine. What was not fine, but in fact kicked ass, was the end of the Age of Khonshu story in Avengers.
Yeah, that was good.
So fucking cool, man. It's been so much fun. Like, I was just thinking today about how ever since Aaron took over the Avengers, man, they've every story's been like, it's been a big story. Like, every one of them could have been a big dumb event comic, but
and
instead,
it hasn't tied into anything.
Nope, they just been telling big scope Avengers stories, which, you know what, is what I want out of an Avengers series.
Yep.
Very good. Good team telling big stories that it makes sense to have a team involved with. Like, none of these are solo adventures that just happen to have Avengers there. Like, they have to be there. Like, you need a team. Like, so we did what? We did Celestials. We did the Vampire War.
Yep.
We've done the Khonshu thing. I'm sure I'm missing one in there. And now we're going right into like Phoenix shit.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, cool, man. Like, he's not fucking around, and I really appreciate it. It's very good. Very, very cool. And then Immortal Hulk is fucking great.
Yeah.
Your number one draft pick.
Yeah.
So good. There's a reason. There's a reason Hulk is the number one draft pick. Isn't that good? And I feel like it's been a little while since Bennett's been on the book. So very good to see him back.
Just drawn horrible monstrosities.
Horrible monstrosities. There's a book full of them. Like, fucked up, like, King Hulk with a leader head. I don't like that at all.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care for it one bit. It's super gross. And, like,
Rick Jones, bones all stretched out, and then getting chopped
Rick
in
Jones
half.
looking like something out of The Thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's a Cronenberg monster. Yeah. Like a Rick and Morty style Cronenberg monster. That's Rick Jones right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It's really, really good. And then I also read the Alien Predator Prometheus omnibus for the story they did called Life and Death, I think it was. It's the last big one they did.
Yeah, Fire and Stone was the first one. Life and Death was the other one.
Life and Death. Yeah, Life and Death the second one. That's where the Ahab Predator came from. So it's a big sequel to the Fire and Ice. It's very good. They're very cool. But Ahab I like because it starts out very much like the Prometheus movie. Like, the Prometheus movie starts and the archaeologist people, they're like, oh, hey, look, we found all these paintings, all over the world showing, the same thing. These giants, leading us out to the stars. Maybe we'll find our origins, whatever. Well, the Ahab predator, the predator they would, call Ahab, he saw those same paintings on different planets. And his reaction was, I got to kill one of those things. So that's what he tries to do, and God damn it, he does it. It's pretty fucking cool.
Rad.
Yeah, it's very cool. Anything else we're talking about, Kelly?
Lee, you ready for your Exoswords update?
I am on the edge of my seat.
All right, so this past week, Hellions was a good time. So at like they're having the big mutant council is talking like, hey, what are we doing about this? And Mr. Sinister is like, all right, I got an idea. It's like, what if...
Do they even have bad guys anymore? Like, if Mr. Sinister and Apocalypse could just hang out on the island, like, do you think they have villains?
They're bad guys still. Mr. Sinister is like, all right, what if we just go into Otherworld and steal all their swords so they can't fight us? And he's like, I'll send in my team of Hellions and they'll go get them. And everyone's like, all right, cool. This seems like a decent idea. And then Exodus is like, all right, but you're going to follow in with them. And Mr. Sinister's like, no, that's not what we agreed to. And everyone raises their hands and he's like, well, you have to go. We voted on it. So Mr. Sinister and his Hellions go into Otherworld and they're going to go steal the swords. And they first have to talk to... the crazy Braddock brother, whose name I can't remember right now. They have to talk to him to get...
Rupert.
Yes. They have to talk to him to get safe passage through. And he's like, all right, but I want your cape. So he takes...
You know what? That's fair.
Yeah, so he takes Mr. Sinister's cape. And then the rest of the issue, Mr. Sinister spends saying hello to people they meet on the road and saying, I don't normally look like this. I usually have a cape on.
Oh my god. That is fucking preposterous.
He also, earlier in the issue,
God.
made a clone of himself, and he's like, all right, cool. You're gonna go to Otherworld in case everyone dies. And the clone's like, no, you're gonna go to Otherworld in case...
Oh.
And Mr. Sinister's just like, no. I unfroze you, so you go. And then they did rock, paper, scissors.
Fucking got owned by a clone of himself.
Yeah. Hellions.
That actually sounds like a lot of fun.
Hellions is a great time because Mr. Sinister is just a big old catty bitch, and I love him. So yeah, the Hellions are currently going through Otherworld trying to steal the swords.
What you've described to me right now is more than I've ever been intrigued by Mr. Sinister in my entire fucking life.
Oh, dude, you should totally read the Hellions book. It's great.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And he's got his weird, fucked up team. And Havoc is on the team, and Havoc's like the kind of normal guy.
That sounds pretty cool.
Psylocke had to beat the shit out of Wild Child so he'd behave.
Oh.
Because he needs an alpha.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like without Sabretooth, Brian doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
She's going to put a dog mask on him and traipse him through a Whole Foods.
Yeah. There's that There's that creepy egg lady whose name I can't remember and her weird like orphan thing.
Mother Goose.
Yeah. Scalp Hunter's in there doing Scalp Hunter shit. Hellions.
That's a hell of a lineup.
Yeah, Hellions is a real good time. I definitely recommend it. Their first mission was to go in and find a bunch of fucked up old Mr. Sinister clones and kill them because he had left out all of the clones of the Marauders and let them sit for too long and they got all messed up and zombie-ish.
Oh, no. So, everyone knows you can't leave them in the oven too long. They get mushy.
So they're like, yeah, you gotta go fix this. And he's like, cool, I'll send my people.
That's kind of great.
Yeah, and then Cypher has a sword now, and his sword is just Douglock.
That's cool.
Yeah. And Krakoa really doesn't want him to go because everyone's like, dude, you're just gonna die. You're not good at fighting. You're good at talking. He's like, no, I gotta go.
It's like, your name means talk.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool. That's
Yeah.
You know what? It actually sounds like fun.
Ten of Swords is a lot of fun. It's big, dumb anime bullshit, and I love it.
Did you just call it 10 of Swords?
Yeah, that's what it really is. But I call it X of Swords because it's more fun to say.
Oh my.
And also, that's what the fuck it says. It says X of Swords on the cover of the book.
But it's 10 of Swords.
Remember when they were like, Wolverine is weapon 10? We just never said it out loud.
Yeah.
And we were all collectively like, no,
Yeah.
that's not true.
Nobody accepted it. So they were like, okay, you're right.
Yeah.
That was so
No, what you meant to say was, fuck you. None of us are subscribing to that nonsense. That's awesome. What you got, Nice?
Well, after falling off my nightly spooky viewings for a couple nights there, I got back on it, dipped my tootsies back in.
Have you guys seen the news?
Yeah, for real.
This new show I saw. It's called The News.
HBO Max has, a bunch of old Looney Tunes shorts, and they have a category specifically for spooky characters. So I ran through and watched a bunch of those. They got hair-raising hair with the big orange furry dude Gossamer, and then some Marvin the Martian. They got the big old witch, and a bunch of cool spooky Looney Tune shorts. So I watched a bunch of those. The other night, Mary was going to shout it out on her top 6 horror movie posters, but she never put together a list. But one of her shout outs was going to be Death Becomes Her, and she never saw it. And I've only ever really seen like the behind the scenes that they used to show on HBO with all the special effects. So we sat down and watched it, and I'll be damned if it was not a real good time. It's Meryl Streep, Goldie Hawn, and Bruce Willis, and some cool effects. A little dated for this day and age, but I highly recommend checking it out. If you haven't seen it, or if you haven't seen it in a while, that one is also on HBO Max.
So what's Death Becomes Her about?
Death Becomes Her.
I haven't seen it in a while, but yeah.
So it's it starts out with, Bruce Willis is basically in a love triangle with Meryl Streep and Goldie Hawn, and they both take a potion, like a Fountain of Youth potion, to make them younger and more attractive. But also, if they die, but they're still walking around like a zombie, kind of. So like Meryl Streep gets pushed down a flight of stairs at one point and breaks her neck and twists her head completely around, but she's still walking around, and they go to a doctor, and she's got no pulse, and she's got no temperature and all that. And on the poster it shows Goldie Hawn with a big ass hole through her midsection because she gets a shotgun load blown through her, and then she's just walking around just chilling. So I don't want to give
It's a lot of fun.
too much. And then the last thing, I had gotten turned on to this one by Red Letter Media, did a video on The Exorcist 3, which, anything besides The Exorcist 1, you kind of just write off as cash grab sequels. But what The Exorcist 3 is it's George C. Scott is a detective who was friends with the father from the original Exorcist, not the dad, like the father. I forget what his name is. Power of Christ compels you and all that.
Yeah.
Mr. Exorcist.
Yes, Mr. Exorcist. And then Brad Dourif.
It's pronounced Tensorcist.
Oh yeah.
Brad Dourif, who was the voice of Chucky. He's been in a bunch of other stuff. He's in, Jose and I are watching Deadwood currently. He was the doc on Deadwood. He plays the Gemini Killer, and he's straight up channeling, Charles Lee Ray from Child's Play, just giving a real scenery-chewing performance. And it's all kind of connected. It's very connected to the original movie, but I don't want to give any of that away. Real cool stuff, though. Highly recommend Exorcist 3. It's a little slow starting out, But once it gets going, man.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
No, you probably have not. That one is on Prime, and I would, of all the things that I've recommended, I would seek that out number one.
Huh, all right.
Because if you like any of those Child's Play movies where Chucky is just ranting and raving, that's like a whole movie of Brad Dourif doing that in a straitjacket.
No shit.
Yeah. At George C. Scott.
Sounds good.
That's well. All right, I will. I'll check that out.
Yeah.
So I gotta watch Exorcist 3, and I gotta watch What We Do in the Shadows. All right, cool. Ready, break. Like it.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, that was fucking great. What you got, Mo? Anything we're talking about?
Yes. 2 quick things. Number 1, Zero, who we all know and love, is hosting an online Transformers Jeopardy as part of, it says TFCon. I assume it's Transformers Con. Saturday, October 24th at 6 p.m. Eastern, and he put the link in our Discord. So go to
hot damn.
discord.panelsonpages.com, and you can look that up. It's under the events section. And then other than that, Lee, I didn't tell you if you won in fantasy football.
My spirit cannot handle this shit at this time of night.
I don't know. There it is. I didn't know if there was going to be a sounder, so I was pregnant pausing. Lee, you did win. You beat Juan.
Well, fucking obviously.
114-90. You crushed him.
Well, I am a master strategist. Everyone knows this.
Yeah, it was magnificent. I
picked my best tight end. And he was able to go out there and run past the fullback, and he caught.
How did your tight end go? Let's
he was great.
Let's see. Let's see.
You don't have to. I'm telling you, he was great.
He got you 7.5 points.
Yeah, that's
he was
fucking
great
awesome for a tight end.
You're right. Juan's tight end got 1.
Yeah, fuck him.
That's a loose end right there, Juan.
Fuck that guy.
Loose end. All right, so Lee, I was 0-5 coming into the week, and if you want to hear if I am 0-6, tune in when we do the Pop Fantasy Football podcast, which will be maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday. Who knows? We'll let you know. But listen live and catch it on YouTube when it's all done.
Yeah, and I didn't lose any of the episode this week, so it was pretty good.
It was a good episode this week. We get Lee, I don't know if you know this. Random people come to us for fantasy football advice.
Yeah, fucking suckers.
Yeah, and we're like one guy asked a question and used a bunch of like nicknames, and we were like, Tito? Tito had to answer it because none of us knew what the fuck he was talking about.
And Kelly just learned about PPR rankings this week, so it's all coming together.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you're like, you should check it. If you like this show, you should check out our other show.
That's exactly how we closed last week's Pop Fantasy Football. It's like, if you like this, you'll fucking love what we got going on over here.
That's right. Like, if you think this is fun, you should hear us talk about all sorts of random shit.
You want to know what our top 6 vampires are? Come on.
And now that I know what PPR is, I feel PP big.
Yeah. There you go.
One other teaser I'll give you is someone scored what has got to be the lowest points in the history of the league.
Probably.
Got to be 38.5 points. So tune in and listen to us discuss that train wreck of a week.
All right, do that, and then come back to this show next week, and we're going to talk about top 6 death scenes. Should be a lot of fun. Don't come me with no fucking books. I want to be able to look it up.
You've never been so offended by books before.
No, I fucking love books. Love the books. But get the hell out of here.
You guys, coming in with books.
I want to be able to look it up and see what happens.
Lee, you know the book when Bunnicula dies?
He's a vampire.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, he had to turn into a vampire. It's a prequel.
Yeah, that's right. All right. So do that.
Buy some merch.
Do check out the merch.panelsonpages.com. Join us on the Discord if you have not already. Again, like we know for a fact, there's way more you guys out there listening to this shit than are talking to us. We want to know who you are.
Yep.
We've seen it. We know for a fact it's happening. So let us know what's up.
And you know what? If
Reach out
you
to
don't
somebody.
want us to know who you are, that's fine. But please buy some merch. We would appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You went a different way with that. That's okay. I respect it.
Look, if you don't want to talk to us, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, we've been begging people to join us in the Discord for months now.
That's true.
We have
Put on a shirt, put it on yourself.
We have put ourselves out there and like, hey, if you want to come interact with us, we're available. Like, we're in the chat, we're in the Discord, we're on Twitter, whatever the fuck you want. But if you don't want to meet your heroes, just, throw us a couple bucks on some merch, man. Why not?
Yeah. I understand. It can be intimidating. We're all very intimidating people, especially Kelly.
Yeah, especially Kelly.
I'm a scary man.
I've seen Kelly's tweets. I'd be afraid of him.
Oh man, Kelly was having a real one. Kelly was having a real one last week, to the point where I had to check in, make sure Kelly was okay, and he's like, "No, I'm in a great mood. That's when I do my best roasting."
Yeah.
Fucking great. This is a good show. So yeah, join us next week at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central at youtube.com/panelsonpages. For Jason Nyes, Kelly Harris, and our good buddy Mahoney, I am the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez. We'll talk to you guys next week. Night. Love you. Bye.
You fucking Google ass bitch.
Fucking Google something.
Holy shit. You fucking Google ass bitch.
I didn't want to say it.
What are you, some kind of bitch?
Whoa.
You fucking
Google ass bitch. Why you keep bugging us, YouTube?
You fucking Google ass bitch.
That's it. Show's over. We're done.
See you next Tuesday.